All right. What's up, everyone? Welcome back. It's been a while. I'm Amerlin. This is AIMBOT, show all about FPSs, third-person shooters, gun games in general. I think they're a lot of fun. I think they're pretty neat, and hope you think they're pretty neat too, because we got a lot of them to show off today. A couple quick announcements, things that are personally very close to my heart. GDQX will be live from TwitchCon, October 20th to the 22nd. Event will take place on the Games Done Quick stage, so if you're going to TwitchCon, you can check us out there. And it'll also be streamed live on the GDQ Twitch channel, so if you're not there, you can check it out remotely. Go to gamesdonequick.com for more info, and volunteer submissions for that are open until September 3rd. And, just announced today, GDQ 2024 will be live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Shout out to that. It is a drivable distance for me. I am so excited. I am so... being able to drive to GDQ is great. January 14th to the 21st in Pittsburgh. Exclamation point AGDQ in Twitch chat for more info on that. And submissions open in 2 days. So you should consider submitting your games, because I think the events are really cool and I'm on the committee for them and I help pick the games. So you should submit and get it in. But with all that said, I think it's a pretty good day to be an Msushi fan. What do you say?
Talking to me?
Yeah.
Well, I'm a little biased in that question because I am Msushi, but I think I have a website that answers that question. I think it says yes right now. I haven't checked in a minute, but I believe it's a good day to be an Msushi fan. I suppose that's my cue to take it away. So, hello
Absolutely.
everyone. My name is Msushi. Again, this is AIMBOT, and we're going to be showing off 4 different games for you today. Of course, this show is all about shooter games, and specifically, we're doing 2 very different shooter series that are more connected than they should be because they're made by the same developer. As the stream is titled, this is what I like to call the Valve Series Run, which is a showcase of probably the 4 games, excluding all the multiplayer games Valve has made, that you probably associate with Valve. That being Half-Life 1, Half-Life 2, Portal, and Portal 2. We're going to play them all. We're going to cut Half-Life 2 a little bit short, but we'll get there when we get there. And we have like 3 hours of gaming, and there's like a lot of cutscenes. So let's just hop right into Half-Life, because the first like 4 minutes of the run is pretty tame, so I can talk to you guys for a bit. So we'll start the timer in 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, this is the world of Half-Life. Welcome to 1998. Maybe it's been a while since you've seen this game, and we're playing as Gordon Freeman, the silent protagonist. We actually don't see any audible protagonists throughout these Valve games, but you're already seeing our first major movement glitch. This is bunny hopping. I won't even call this a glitch more than this is like speedrunning bread and butter. If you know anything about first-person shooter speedruns, you know bunny hopping. And we're using it here to navigate through Black Mesa.
Right on through, sir. Looks like you're in the
It's pretty clean. The first 4 minutes of the game before the resonance cascade happens. Oops, spoilers, sorry. We're just hopping around, seeing Barney and a flag. There is a big trick here at the start of the run that I need to not die for. Because right now I have a crosshair at the center of my screen. You're not supposed to have that there. That happens if you load a save with a gun, because obviously right now I don't have any weapons, so why would I need a crosshair? But I'll get back into that into a second, because right now here's like the most fundamental glitch in the run, which is like you can push NPCs into doors, and every NPC in the game can open every door. Normally you're supposed to wait for a minute and all the scientists are like, very sciencey. You see, we're gonna push the crystal and the card into the laser, and as you can see, I haven't played through that cutscene in a while because I skip it every time I do the speedrun. But thankfully, you can just push them into the door, and the scientist will open the door for you. And again, these guys will talk at you for a little bit. I can just push them closer to these, like, biometric eye things. This is what we thought the future was going to be like in 1990.
Is it like Doom, where everybody is constantly executing like a use command, or is it something like just you're pushing them closer?
It's literally, I think it's like every NPC has a key or something. I don't know the exact specifics, but I know that if you save and load on a level where you're trying to abuse this NPC opening doors, it won't work. Like, they drop their key that opens stuff. It's interesting. We'll do it more in the run, so you'll see. But I don't think it's quite like Doom. But I also have not... I didn't know that was a thing in Doom, so there you go.
Yeah, it's I only know that because I watched a Doom run like 5 years ago or something, and they explained that NPC is constantly using or like opening doors or whatever. So
That's
if you
interesting.
bump
That's
them into a
definitely
door-
like they had a bug last minute and they were like, we gotta finish this game in a week. Screw it. Just have them always open doors. But in Half-Life, I would say a little more subtle, but we can still use it to break a lot of stuff. Now we have to wait for the scientists to start up the experiment. And in that time, I get to talk for a little bit, I guess. Again, my name is Msushi. I speedrun a lot of games. You've probably heard of me from Portal and Celeste. Although, as you can see here, I do speedrun a bit of Half-Life, although not as much. You also might know me because of my YouTube channel. I make YouTube videos all about speedrun history and glitches. Maybe I've even seen one of my videos before. And throughout it's great because throughout these runs, I get to plug myself all the time. Like this skip we're about to do right now, it's gonna happen and you're gonna be like, how does that even work? I have a 7-minute video explaining it on my YouTube channel, how speedrunners skip the resonance cascade. Like, it makes self-promotion so easy, but it's also very fun to do, simplify speedrunning. So the other major glitch that we'll look at here, other than bunny hopping, a big moving glitch is called object boosting. Basically, Gordon can move objects super fast. Just to look here, I have a number in the bottom middle of my screen. That's my speed. It's around 320 when you walk. Gordon can move boxes and other objects at about 2,000 speed. So we're going to use that here to get a ton of speed off of this cart that's going to come from the ground. We're going to ramp off of this little slope on the anti-mass spectrometer here. And there's a debug trigger in the sky that's just left in the game for some reason. I think it's some technicalities between how the game transitions you. But we're going to hit that and we're going to skip this entire cutscene of the aliens coming from Zen. So hopefully, I kind of only have one try to do this, so I want to make sure I get it right. Line up with a pixel on the ground, aim here. I'm going to pause buffer it so I get just the right amount of speed. I'm going to go flying in the air. Oh, we missed the trigger on the first time. Unfortunately, it would have been really cool to hit on the first try, but gotta put some elbow grease into it. So I'm using pauses to go frame by frame. I missed it again. You need to kind of lose some speed there at the wall. There we go. And now we drop with 1 HP. Perfectly calculated as all things needed. There is a lot of HP routing in this game, but for right now, as long as I'm alive, we're doing good. Dropping this observation room, the laser opens the door, and you almost would be surprised if you watched the speedrun and didn't know the story of the game. You'd be like, why are all these aliens spawning? What are they doing? Why is that guy dead? Not sure, but we have a crowbar. And we'll use it to break these windows. Those guys took an elevator during a power outage. Not a very smart idea. And already we are just going to be moving through Black Mesa here as we see the facility in absolute turmoil. A lot of times, you're going to see me try to preserve movement in a lot of cool ways. Like, I would have loved to jump into these vents properly and keep my movement, but that's okay. Look at the 9mm handgun here. Some call it a pistol. And again, 1 HP... but it's totally okay. I can bunny hop past all these guys before they even have a chance to damage me. We'll go under here, turn on the water, and yeah, this is what a Half-Life speedrun looks like. Jump out here. There's a barrel here. We'll get a speed boost, object boost, and now here we're gonna stop our fall by kind of bouncing off the slope here. Another big thing of Half-Life runs is we're going to be object boosting across this, but we're gonna find a ton of crazy ways to there we go, to deny the game from giving us fall damage, which you'll see through a lot of times. But here we go. There's another example. If we shot the NPC to make him scared and he's gonna go open this door for us, normally he's supposed to crawl into that vent on the right there, but that scientist is nice enough that after a gunshot wound he just opens up the door for us. Personally, not how I would react, but that's okay. Good thing is now we still have more than 1 HP, or we have more than 1 HP now, so we're totally safe. Hopefully gonna jump. Oh, usually you can jump off a head crab here, but I'll take the box to get onto this ladder. Oh, I'm hitting my head on the ceiling. Perfect. Crowbar this. Sentry turret there. Don't care. 7 head crabs. I think it's actually 6. Jump right past them. And if this gets to them, that's okay. And here's another big NPC abuse trick coming up. We're gonna get the shotgun up here in this little. It's not quite an alcove, like an observation room. More something you call. More something you'd use in Portal than Half-Life. But anyways, we're gonna shoot Barney with a shotgun. And that's gonna make him mad. So he's gonna want to follow us to shoot us and get his revenge. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna die, which is unfortunate. So we'll have to start it again. We're gonna throw grenades behind Barney, and that's gonna trick his AI because he's scared of grenades, as most human beings are. You don't want to die from the explosion of a grenade. He's gonna run away from the grenades, and as a result, we're gonna lure him right into this door. And if he doesn't shoot me, we'll get by just fine. That is the one thing that sucks if you are here with low HP. Barney can just execute you. That's okay. And just to show how powerful NPC abuse is, here's this chapter. And that's more or less the chapter. We're gonna open this door. It's so funny to see the scientist go, help! And then you shoot him and he's like, oh. Bro just completely forgets what he was yapping about and opens the door for us. And now we're into Blast Pit. Yeah, we got hostiles. It's only around 8 seconds, 9, 10 seconds when you play it properly. Oh my god, I have no shotgun ammo. I have to reload. That's a little embarrassing. Just have to get down there in time to get into this corner. We're gonna grab this ladder right before we die. Very clever way to negate fall damage is grabbing a ladder, because obviously we don't fall on ladders. So right before hitting the ground, we fall. Or right before hitting the ground, we touch the ladder. And we used a grenade boost there. In this game, you can cook a grenade, which means you hold on to it. But it doesn't work how grenades work in real life, where, like, you know, when you pull the pin on a grenade, you only have so much time until it explodes. As long as we're holding down mouse 1, the game will not explode that grenade until we let go of mouse 1. So usually when you throw a grenade, as you see, like, it takes a couple of seconds for it to blow up. But if we're holding on to it, it will never blow up until we let go of it, which is really good for doing grenade boosts. You'll see that in a bit later too. As we get into the main, like, section of Blast Pit here, during this section, we're gonna find that there's a giant green monster in the middle here. But we're never going to see it until we take care of it because of all the crazy routing we do here. Like this, bunny hopping all around the side here. That skips going to the middle room. And we actually did an edge bug there, which is when you jump off of the, not really jump, but slide off of the edge of a platform to not get fall damage. Also right there, redirect our fall damage. So instead of taking a ton of vertical, oh my god, I just completely fell off the carts. Instead of taking a ton of vertical speed, we redirect it to some horizontal, which decreases our fall damage. As you see here, we basically have like in Half-Life, if you don't want to take fall damage, there is a way around it. For example, oh, that is fall damage. That is also fall damage. This one's a little tricky, but you can slide off of the slope of that little button there and completely avoid taking fall damage. Get smoothly to the end. And gotta find the health kit here. You can use objects through walls in this game, which you'll see a couple times with health kits, but oh, these guys are still alive. Oh, I need to reload. We want to take 1 tick of damage for the water here, and now you're gonna see another grenade boost, so we're holding it. I can hold this grenade for as much as I want, and then blasts off. And that, again, skips going through the middle part. We need to go over there to activate that little, the button over there we press at the top of the little vault. I don't even know what it is, but we have nothing. Oh my god, I'm getting stuck on these pipes. We have another thing to activate over here. And then once those things are activated, we can go into the central chamber, kill the big green monster that you still don't know it exists yet, but trust me, it's there, and we need to kill it to progress. Just take my word for it, guys. Slide down into that ladder. There's a lot of really slick stuff that I just kind of gloss over because you kind of get used to it. You know, 2 HP, this is more than enough. Trust me, guys.
Hey, dude, you got me stressed out with this HP.
It's the HP routing is very it's very deliberate.
Oh yeah,
this is totally fine. But yeah, I'm sure if you're even like learning this run for the first time, like you do the HP routing and then like you're a little slow, so a head crab jumps at you and you're dead. Here's that giant green monster guy. He will one-hit us because I have no HP. But we'll just hit the fire button through the wall there. And now he'll slowly burn away. Not slowly, it's quite sudden, just takes some time. In the meantime, we're gonna get these guys frozen in time and persuade the scientist that we're a time traveler and he needs to heal us, so he gives us a quick shot of probably something illegal, and he gives us 25 HP. We come back just in time for the big green thing to die, which you saw on screen for maybe a full second, but that's like the full antagonist of this chapter. And it's simply that easy. Now we'll come here. I haven't mentioned it, but like one movement mechanic in this game is called duck rolling. This isn't duck rolling. This is just abusing the fact that this water pushes the barrels, and by spamming crouch on it, we can kind of trick the game to thinking we're a barrel. Not really, but it gives us a cool speed boost, which is nice. Here's a little trap. You can slide slowly down the side. And if you thought the earlier chapter we got hostiles was fast, here's power up. We're gonna throw a grenade into that box, by the way. That sets up some items for us on the next level here, because they say they share the same coordinates. Oh my gosh, there's a lot to talk about in this game. Jump over this, and boom, that's the chapter. Normally you have to walk around, get a cart, defeat a big alien in the middle, but that's that. And now we're on a rail, where you're usually on a rail with a cart, but we don't need that. Where we're going, as you see, this water hurts you, which sucks. We're taking a lot of damage, so we're gonna avoid a lot of it by messing up the trick, but we're gonna place trip mines and climb onto them here. There's one, and there's two, and now we're past the flooded section of the railway. But obviously, the chapter is called On a Rail. There's still much, I was about to say much railing. That's not really appropriate to say. There's a lot of rails we still have to navigate. Get some HP here. I'll fill up to a good amount so I don't have anyone in the audience pop a blood vessel or something. But we're going to move this. I'll give you one more nudge this way. Perfect. Do another object boost, get a ton of speed. This is faster than the cart goes in the game, so. And we're just bunny hopping through all the chaos and madness. The, human-alien war that's happening doesn't really concern us right now. We got places to be, names to take, and that guy was frankly in our way, so I have no remorse. Unfortunately, this time, we don't have an object boost to get us a lot of speed, so we're just gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way and bunny hop. There is a routing way here. A routing way, that's not how you say that. There's a route here that, gotta jump over these trip mines, traps that are placed here. There's a route where you do a grenade boost here, but it's hard. I haven't learned it. Maybe I'm just bad at the game, but those Vortigons would disagree. That's another glitch where if you save and load during an enemy's attack animation, like those Vortigons who charge up like a kind of laser beam, a Goku Kamehameha, you could possibly say, they reset their animation, so you can just save load all the time, and you're basically invincible to them. Quite unfair, but thankfully the Vortigons are AIs, not players. And more rail here, more trip mines. Gotta jump over them. And some guys there were ready to trap us, but again, we're too fast. You can bunny hop past most enemies in this game. It's quite satisfying, honestly. Here's a cool trick. Take a leap of faith if you trust. Faith, trust, and pixie dust, I believe is the word. You don't take damage there because edge bug. Oh, stop shooting me. I have to reload my gun. Oh, no. Okay, we'll deal with this guy the old-fashioned way. Come back. Okay, he was really scared for me, so he was running away, clearly. I don't even have to kill that guy, but figured I was too committed to it. Oh, and here's the point of this chapter. We want to send a missile into space. So we could tell the other people of the resistance. I forget the story for this game, but right now, we just hit a button through a wall, and that's going to start a rocket sequence. We can't leave this map until the rocket sequence is over to progress. Oh my god, that grenade had some bounce to it. We're going to use the helicopter through the wall, and we're going to wait for that thing to go off, which you'll see a big flash on the screen when it does. Yeah. And now we're actually going to time it. We have to wait till the rocket fully leaves, which is conveniently the same time it takes to unload 2 full clips of your pistol. So I'll shoot that. And now the rocket is successfully in space. We can open or close the lock here, and this door now opens up, which will take us to our next chapter, Apprehension. Kind of struggling to navigate this here. There we go. here's how fast the cart goes. And it's going to kick it into overdrive here because we're about to get in a fatal car crash. I guess a cart crash. Yeah, fall into the water here. What's funny is there's an oxygen system in this game, so they don't want you staying in water for too long, but it's just that your health replaces your oxygen, but you get your health back as long as your oxygen doesn't go to 0. So you can see in the bottom left, my health is decreasing. It says O2, and then once I get out of the water, oh, I actually have 73 HP. I have 83 HP. Oh, how'd that happen? Anyways, we're gonna bunny hop around here. This chapter is really cool, has a lot of cool movements like this right here, where we're gonna bunny hop off of like this hole in the wall. Oh, well, we tried to at least. We can try again. Oh, I need to crouch there. Jinxing myself, I mess up all the cool movement. That's how you know it's cool, guys. All right, get off the sign there. We're gonna do another object boost here to say hi to my best friend ever. I believe his name is the J-Man. Wait, that's not right. Whatever, surely that's just some random character. I think he's from Gary's mod. Don't think he's important at all. Here's a freezer. Quite chilly in here, so I'd like to get out as fast as possible. Oh, a little failed object boost there, but we'll try it again. Oh, being uncooperative. You can see these Vortigons are in my way. They can't hurt me. I have the power of time manipulation in saving and loading the game. It's kind of unfair, but when you're not the main character, you gotta deal with stuff like that. This guy's a message for us.
Make sure you don't.
Who even killed him? I'm not sure. There are supposed to be a ton of ninjas in this warehouse, but we can just grenade boost up to the valve here that opens the ending door for us. And then, they got us. And, that's it. That's Half-Life. And, that's a 19-minute world record, I guess. Obviously, that's not the case. The actual story of this game is that, like, this research facility, Black Mesa, had this accident where they opened a portal into another universe, and now the US government is trying to, like, conceal it. So they need to kill everyone inside, aliens, scientists included. So they're trying to get rid of us here. And they're going to throw us in this trash compactor. But unfortunately for them, they made the fatal mistake of leaving Gordon's signature weapon in here, the crowbar, which is really all you need in a Half-Life speedrun. And we'll get shot out of the trash sewer pipe here into the aptly named residue processing. This is another really cool chapter with tight movement, as we're not even really plotting to get our revenge on the US government. Gordon Freeman's motives throughout all of Half-Life is really unknown. He just kind of follows what the good guys tell him to do, but you know. In this game, it mostly ends up to following the path and saying hi to all your scientist buddies. I shouldn't talk too much smack about this game's story, because Half-Life is quite the influential game, and I love it. Like, really the first cool, like, combination of a first-person shooter game and, like, survival horror, almost. But, thankfully, they made the second one. I like that game a lot better.
Yeah, I hear the third one's supposed to be really good, too.
Oh, yeah. That's, I don't think I've gotten around to playing that one. Anyways, we're gonna go for a swim here in this absolutely sewaged water. I mentioned this earlier, but you can, like, spam crouch in water sometimes when it's supposed to push stuff. Get a little boost. Let's not hit that grinder there. That would be great. Gonna hit that control. Gonna get this revolver now. Thankfully, you have a gun. And we're gonna stop the conveyor belt here so we can pass through. Can you believe they named a gun after that Beatles album? Crazy. Anyways, we'll bunny hop through all these cycled things that are trying to kill us here. We're gonna navigate through this kind of hectic maze almost of this, like, trash processing facility. We're gonna lower our FPS as we jump over these trip mines. I didn't mention it before, but I've been lowering my FPS a fair amount of times throughout this run. Normal category rules require you to keep the FPS at 100 or lower, but a lot of things in the game behave differently when you're on lower FPS. Think of the idea that, like, just in those trip mines, for the game to blow up the trip mine, it needs a frame where Gordon's hitbox is in the trip mine hitbox. So if I just lower my frame rate, statistically speaking, there are less frames where that can occur. So it's quite the 200 IQ move, if you think about it. But we do a lot too. NPC movement is faster with lower frame rates. They just turn faster. Don't know exactly why that is, but it's just a fact. Anyways, this is probably the most meticulous part of the HP routing in this game. We want less than 50 HP to do a big skip in this chapter. Ooh. I need this guy because he has the SMG grenade. We want less than 50 HP because when you have less than 50 HP, scientists will want to heal you, like these guys in here. We need one of them to open a door at the end of the chapter, and normally they're scared by these head crabs in the walls here, which we'll come back to. But we're gonna take a quick detour to get a gun. But what I was saying with that skip is that if you have that's the right guy? No. I need to kill this guy. Okay. If you have less than 50 HP, the scientists won't care that they're running through these things they're supposed to be scared of. They'll just want to heal you so bad that they'll just root it up and man up and get through, and they'll help open the door at the end of the chapter. Sorry I'm rambling on a little bit, but we'll get this gun in the game, and if you're taking away anything from what I'm saying here, this is the Gauss gun, or the Gauss cannon. He's a little scared of these head crabs. Oh! Usually he's not this scared, but he'll get through it. I believe in him. Yep, he's running. Find so much comfort in me. Oh, you have to go another step, man. Oh, is he scared of this guy? I got him, don't worry. I need you to come open this door. Alright, that was the fix. Like I was saying, the most important thing in the run, this gun is broken. This orange, weirdly modeled gun has a massive burst, and it gives us backwards recoil. But what's crazy about it is if we just turn around, the backwards recoil becomes forward recoil. And it's basically a massive boost we can use anytime we want, applying we have ammo, like this. We can go all the way over here, pop myself on the slope so I don't take fall damage, but let's have these banging tunes playing. But yeah, a lot of the routing here, like Gauss gun boosting is honestly more OP than grenade boosting, which we'll see in a map from now or two. There's a really impressive Gauss cannon boost. But for now, we have the entire US military on high alert. So they have airships here, they have guards, and we're just trying to get back with the science team. We're gonna open a valve to a wall here. Oh, this is a little bit more damage than I bargained for, but that's okay. There are trip mines here. You wouldn't notice it because I know where they are and I know not to step on them. Usually stepping on trip mines is a bad thing, but here's like, in my opinion, like the coolest Gauss boost in the run. We have this massive map on like a cliffside, and we're gonna blow off of that rock there. Oh, I actually didn't get enough speed, so we'll have to try it again. This gun takes an annoyingly large time to charge up. Oh, a little short again. All right, one more time. Fell just short. I'm also lowering my FPS right before I land. It's generally easier to not take fall damage when you're on a slope at lower FPS. I hyped up this trick so much and now I'm failing it. This is kind of sad. It'll be really embarrassing if I have to go through this cliff the normal way, so... Oh, I just barely hit the right side there. And yeah, as you're hearing on repeat here, this map has like the valve. Oh, I'm failing this almost comically. Like I'm consistent at hitting that right wall there. This map, as like the MP3 file, has like the valve opening theme.
This seems really tight because you're basically landing at what looks like the same level. There you go.
I got it there, but I took fall damage, which is... I could go on with that if I really wanted to, but then I have to get a ton of safety HP. I am partially making this look harder than it actually is, but is not the easiest trick in the game, for sure.
Yeah, it seems like you have to go basically horizontal and like not lose any height.
Oh, that works, I guess. I don't know why I didn't take fall damage, but first try every time. Didn't have a doubt. If anyone in my chat, this is my stream now. If anyone in my chat doubted me, mods banned them. I just got a note from my producer in my ear. I cannot do that. So unfortunately, the doubters will not be banned. My producer also did not say that. I'm sorry for putting words in your mouth, Richard. Anyways, cruising through here. That was another Gauss boost off of slopes. We do that a lot, like in this level, where we'll Gauss boost to get off this slope and do a cool little strafe to get into this roof here. There's a scientist. He tries to talk, but listening is usually a time loss. That's why I always interrupt people in my conversations. Some people call me rude. I'm just speedrunning, okay? Anyways. And to make sure I dupe this ammo, which I did. You can dupe the ammo by double barrel shotgunning the explosive barrel next to it and the actual barrel the ammo comes from. That's the gauze ammo, which again is really important, as you'll see coming up here. And as absolute chaos is unfolding on the surface here, this chapter is called Surface Tension. We're gonna grenade boost over the top here. You're about to see possibly the most broken glitch in the game. Now, I've been talking about my HP a lot throughout the game, and it would be really convenient if I was just like invincible. If I didn't have to worry about my HP at all. I have not been charging this Gauss gun enough. I need you to not hit me. We're gonna hopefully uncrouch here, get onto the top of the map. Or not, we'll try it again. But I've been talking a lot how it would be really nice. The HP routing is really specific. We have some times where we even have 1 HP. And although everything's calculated and everything is in its right place, that is still quite scary to have 1 HP. So thankfully, we're gonna fix that here. This is a glitch or trick called the infinite HP door. And it's going to be this little door coming up here where this guy is gonna help us open it. Usually you have to bring an NPC over to open it for you, but this guy will do the trick. And if you get stuck in the door, you'll notice my HP is now going up instead of going down. Normally, when you get stuck in a door, you're supposed to take damage. But Valve found... Oh, hi. Bye. Valve found out that when they were playtesting this map, the NPC that's supposed to open this door for you got stuck in it a lot. So instead of making the door deal 1 damage, they made the door deal -1 damage. And if you take 100 and minus -1 because you're dealing -1 damage, you actually heal damage. And while there is a limit to how much health you can heal, 100, there's no limit to how much damage you can take. So since we're taking negative damage, our health just keeps going up. I usually, as you see, it's capped at like a 255, 256 because of integer limits. But normally I go for around 10 cycles, so like 2,500. Hopefully all that time I was talking was more than enough HP. Oh, I got to do a cool glitch here where I... Actually, you know what? I'm just going to call the airstrike. I actually remembered messing this up in some practice here, but we got to go into that little bulkhead over there. That really big bulkhead. We'll call in a quick airstrike. Oh, take a bit of damage from the airstrike. But again, we now more or less have infinite HP. For the rest of the run, we're going to be taking a lot of falls. We're going to be doing a lot of grenade boosting. We're going to not really care about enemies. Oh, I got crushed. Unlucky. Got crushed again. I'm messing up my B-hops here, but you know what they say, third try is the charm.
I thought you said you had max HP, man. What the heck? Come on.
Those, unfortunately, do not do health damage. They're just a kill trigger. They just kill you outright. So, a little unfair, you would think, but... We're just spamming and loading to not take enemy damage, which, like, you don't need to. It's purely just habit. When you do runs to the top level, even though you can get infinite HP, you only get 1 HP per frame. Like, at the top level, you route... Oh, I meant to get a grenade boost there, not hurt myself, but it's okay. At the top level, you route out your HP, like, very precisely, so you end the run with, like, Okay, I'll do you the old-fashioned way, elevator. Hello? This elevator's supposed to close after I do that. Oh my god, I just closed. Okay. You rat out every single HP point to the point where you'll end the run with like less than 50 HP. I will hopefully end the run with like another 500 in the bank just to be safe. Oh, we gotta fire off this tank here, but yeah. As you see, if you thought the game was chaotic already, it is like a million times more chaotic when you can just not care about damage. Oh, that guy was really nice and closed the door for me. The hive hand gun is really strong because it counts as an entity. So there, if it gets stuck in a door, the door will close on its own. It's really annoying too because those guys can crash the game, but the normal strat there is to do it yourself with the hive hand gun. I usually don't do it because it's pesky, it's annoying, it's finicky, I suppose is the right word. Anyways, here's another map where we'll have a couple of enemies to fight and some NPC abuse to do. I actually don't know what these big guys are called, but they're big, they're scary, and thankfully for us, they die in one hit. Oh, I'm not supposed to use all my SMG nades. We'll kill this last guy. And then, ooh, we need to damage this guy through the door. Okay, well, we will try this one more time. You can't reload on a map where you do save load abuse, or where you do the NPC abuse again. So, we want to skip him talking for a bit, and I'm just gonna do this. Oh my god, I missed my grenade. Okay, one more time. We want to damage him through the door with the Gauss gun because that does enough damage not to kill him, but it will make him scared that he'll go in the corner of the door. That guy didn't die. Okay, that guy did die. Perfect. Third try is the charm. I've never messed up anything in my life. No? Bro has blood right now and he's just staying calm. There you go. He was just stuck in the animation. Opens the door for us so we can progress. Wow, I've been really good at messing up the easy stuff this run. That's okay. Those are just like the most punishing things because you can't make a save right before you do it because otherwise the NPCs won't open doors anymore. But it's all under control. It's all under control. Oh, I let off the Gauss gun right before I wanted to save and load. Okay. And now we're in radiation hazard water, and we're just gonna use a grenade to get ourselves out. Oh, I kind of hit my head there. It's okay. Take the ladders up to this door. And we're getting near the end of this chapter where we'll have very exciting stuff going on. We just have to bunny hop past these guys who normally, well, you see they do damage, but not quite close to like our 3,000 health bar. Grenade boost over the top here, skips a little. There's like a really weird puzzle there with teleporters. It's not fun. Now here's a big NPC abuse. We've reunited with our like Black Mesa brethren here who are like, oh, we're gonna... I flicked so hard, I alt-tabbed. Okay, that's okay. I should start running this game in full screen and not windowed, but that's okay. We'll throw a grenade, and this guy will run all the way back here for us. He's still mad at us, so he's shooting us. Here's where we open our portal to Zen. Normally, you have to do a big shootout session with aliens, but by throwing a hive hand into the portal, it takes the damage that the portal normally does when it's not ready. It usually insta-kills you. So there's a small window there where you can actually just shoot a hive hand and then go into it yourself. And it gives you the notorious line, Freeman, you fool! Quite silly. And this is like Zen. Normally you're hopping on platforms, but because I got like a bajillion million HP, I'm just gonna jump to the end and wait for this little teleporter. here you go. Here's like the worst designed boss fight ever, in my opinion. Has a banger theme, but this is a Gonarch, which is basically a big ball with 4 legs that likes screeching a lot. And all we have to do is wait for him to stop walking. You can't damage him when he's walking, so we have to wait for him to stop. Turn around and look at us. Look at me, please, before this. Okay. Shoot him in the big ball, and then he'll run somewhere else. He stops. Shoot him in the ball. All right, he's going to come over here. We've prepped satchel explosive grenades there. Boom. And that's like phase 1 of the fight. And let me tell you guys, phase 2, it's revolutionary. We're going to bunny hop past him here. Again, you can't hurt him when he's moving. All right, keep that in mind. We're on phase 2. All right. Gonna walk over here. We're gonna charge up our Gauss beam. Boom. Okay, that's hit number 1. As we all know, it takes 3 hits to kill a video game boss. Boom, hit number 2. He's gonna walk over there. Oh, he's gonna walk at us, actually. There you go. And boom, there we go. That's phase number 2. There is a 3rd phase, but there's a big skip we got here. Normally, the Gonarch will, need to put these down first. When they die, they're gonna blow a big hole in the floor. We can just do that ourselves and put all our explosives we have on us on that little spot in the floor, and it'll crack open, skipping the 3rd phase of that fight. And here's Interloper, which is more into the thick of it in Zen. As you see, oh, we have 0 gravity. We've had 0 gravity for a bit, but it's really prevalent as we're going to be bunny hopping through these levels. Which is also really annoying because if you mess up your bunny hops, you're stuck in the air for that much longer. But it looks really cool when you get all these cool sequences jumping around. And to this teleporter. And like this place just looks crazy. We're trying to get out of here as fast as possible. Grenade boost here, grenade boost here. Some Vortigons and grunts here. Oh, getting stuck on a wall. Gotta shoot this guy so he doesn't block our path. We'll shoot at this, but again, to no avail. So we have infinite HP. Okay. One more really cool explosive boost here. There's a huge vertical room here that we normally have to like navigate. And that's how you navigate if you're a speedrunner. Right into the teleporter here. And now all we have to do is the final boss fight. We'll get to after getting past this like teleporter here. Oh. Right. And this is Nillahan. Which we're gonna... I can't see my weapons. Shoot him a bit with the tractor beam gun. Then we gotta get down all these crystals on the side. And now, I don't have weapon binds set up. This is a little embarrassing. We gotta... Oh my god. I didn't reload my revolver. That's okay. We just gotta do a ton of damage to him. I'm just gonna throw all of these. We're gonna barely miss a sub 40 here. Oh, his head's already open. Now all we gotta do is shoot him in the head. And... Wait, or not. Never mind. We'll chill for a bit. I think he saw me, which, like, screws up his AI. We'll jump one more time on this big pad here. It's a big boost. And that is time for Half-Life. As the big baby gets Zeus-like powers, but also dies at the same time. It's quite the scene.
Just so you know, your time was 40:16.
Oh, thank you. I
just
wasn't sure about that one. Yeah. And I think we see the J-Man again. Okay, I don't have time for this. Amy, do you have another idea of a game I can speedrun right now?
Yeah, so what I was thinking is, what if you did a game where instead of playing Gordon Freeman, you played someone else, maybe starting with a C, and really thought a lot?
Crash Bandicoot?
Ooh. Same, 5 letters.
Yeah. I don't think that's good for this show.
thanks to you.
Are we doing a quick transmission break, or am I going right into Portal?
Yeah, let's we're gonna take a quick short 3-minute break. Be right back, and then we'll come back with Portal.
That's
All right, quick break, quick setup. We're back. We got Msushi with Portal.
All right, and we have a 50-second cutscene. This one's going to be much shorter. Portal, the platform puzzle game released in 2007, thrown in as a little bonus to the orange box, ended up being a crash cultural hit. Time starts now, by the way. Sorry, I should have said that. But we're in this vault until the time cools down. So I can sit here and stare into your guys' soul and tell you, did you know about Twitch Prime or Prime Gaming? You can support the Games Done Quick stream. I'd prefer if you would support my stream at twitch.tv/Msushi. But you know what? There are a lot of cool, hardworking people here at Games Done Quick. You're probably here because you like the Games Done Quick ecosystem and all the other shows, not just AIMBOT and me. So you know what? You can see if you have your Amazon Prime link. You can drop it to the... You've heard this spiel a billion times. It always feels so condescending to explain it every time. I hate that doing the Prime Gaming thing always works because it feels so condescending to the viewers. You guys know how Prime Gaming works. Come on, it's been on the platform for like 2 years. You can't go a single Twitch stream without someone mentioning for half an hour, and it works every time. It works every time. Anyways, enough about Twitch metagaming. This is Portal. This is inbounds no save load abuse. So this is not going to be the most broken the game can get, because trust me, this game is broken. Again, if you don't know me, I am Sushi. I'm much more of a Portal speedrunner than a Half-Life speedrunner. I saw there were a lot of Half-Life community members in the chat last run. Half-Life is a great game, and I kind of did it a disservice there by getting a 40-minute time. Not that that's awful, but the top runs for that game are much more different. I would recommend checking out a run of it. But this is Portal. This is more of my wheelhouse. The first glitch you're going to see already is accelerated backwards hopping, ABHing. This game has a speed cap, so you can't just jump and continuously gain speed like bunny hopping in Half-Life 1. Basically, to circumvent that, the game gives you negative speed when you reach that speed cap. However, if we just turn around, we just continuously gain negative speed in the direction we want to go. It's quite simple. You'll also see this glitch in Half-Life 2 later on. Half-Life 2 Portal, running the same game engine. Like I was saying earlier, this category is inbounds no save load abuse. Which means we're not doing any glitches that require saving and loading, which sounds weird. How glitchy can saving and loading be? This speedrun, the world record is about under 12 minutes long. The world record inbounds with save loading is 8.5. It cuts down almost 3 minutes, and the any percent run that goes out of bounds is under 6 minutes. So it's quite literally like 25% of the speed run, and generally the game is much nicer looking when you're not doing these crazy save load glitches. There will not be any airboats this run, Amy.
I wasn't sure. I didn't know if they'd be routed. Yeah. I outed myself in chat for Half-Life 1. I've never actually played that game. I have, however, played Portal and Portal 2. So these are games I know very well.
What do you think of the games? How do you like them?
I'll admit, I played Portal 2 co-op. It took us, I think, 3 days because we were too dumb to figure out some of the puzzles.
Yeah,
we definitely solved some of them in not intended ways.
I say Portal is like really well made in terms of that, like, I think it is arguably the perfect difficulty for a puzzle game where, like, once you know the solution, you're like, God, this is so easy. Like, how do we not see this? It's really good at making you feel stupid, which is what a good puzzle game should do. Yeah, I was just to refer back. This game has a funny category called Airboat Percent, which I ran at Awesome Games Done Quick 22, I think. What was it? Oh, that. Are you serious, man?
Should remember. I think it was 23.
It might have been 23. It was online, which was a great meme hit. That one did great with the fans. It's a speedrun category where you only spawn airboats, which are a Half-Life 2 prop that we'll see later, but we also won't see later because you don't actually use the airboat in the Half-Life 2 speedrun, even though it is a casual mechanic. Oops, I'm spoiling everything, breaking everyone's dreams. But yeah, you beat it with just using airboats. And if you're wondering how that works, not only can you go to the Games Done Quick YouTube channel, subscribe there to see future VODs of all the Games Done Quick hotfix shows, as well as the mainline events and other things. You can also see my run there that I performed at Awesome Games Done Quick 2023 of the category. And I also have a YouTube video called The Portal Speedrun that doesn't use portals that talks all about the airboat percent category. Isn't it crazy how things work out like that? Wow. We're kind of owning these.
I was gonna dig you at the start for not doing vault save, but man, you're doing a better job promoting this than I am.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You know, shilling can be an art form sometimes.
Well, it's time we let you shill for yourself a little. People are asking, why is the portal gun purple?
The portal gun is purple because purple is my favorite color, and if you look anywhere on my social media platforms, like my Twitch, twitch.tv/msushi, my YouTube, youtube.com/@msushi, or my Twitter, twitter.com/msushi_, my profile picture for everything is just a purple square. I guess it's technically a circle because that's what most platforms are. Oh, by the way, this chamber's impossible. Just shoot a portal halfway under the door. One of the cooler solutions when you're speedrunning. But purple is my favorite color. It's my profile picture everywhere. It's kind of my branding almost. So if you ever see that specific shade of purple in a speedrunning context, it's probably involving me somehow.
Certified Msushi.
It's B200FF is the hex code. I suppose I don't really own the color. I know you can like trademark colors in specific scopes, which I've looked into jokingly doing, but that's like legal. That's not fun. I'm not a corporation. I'm a speedrunner. Yeah, we've been blazing through all the single portal gun chambers. Portal is much faster than Half-Life, as you can see from the estimate. But now we're gonna get into the dual portal gun chambers. We're going to AFH off this button pedestal here, and start doing a glitch called the edge glitch. This is probably one of the most broken things you'll see that isn't involving saving and loading. Basically, our portal goes through the edge of our other portal, and as a result, we're able to get portals in really sneaky places. And in the example of this, we're able to like really scuffedly put our portals in observation rooms and get into the next chamber without riding the elevator. So it almost feels like an out-of-bounds skip, but we never actually shoot any portals out of bounds, which is cool. But yeah, starting into these dual portal gun chambers, they're really fast. Having two portals, when you know what you're doing, makes these chambers really fast. Like here, grab this cube, put it on the button, open the door, throw it onto the next button, portal to the door, and it's just that simple. We completed the chamber in 7 seconds. Now I take a 13-second nap, go snooze on the keyboard while the elevator rides up. It takes about 15 seconds every single chamber for these elevators to go up. I've wasted hundreds of hours of my life in this elevator, and just all for another quick chamber where we can cheese it super easily by doing a little fling there. It's just that easy. Apparently there were buttons and cubes and orbs in that level. I wouldn't know. I didn't see them.
It makes me so mad every time I see this. Like, I know when I played this game, I spent so long figuring out these puzzles. And even like when you don't do things like ABH over goo, it's just like, oh, you just shoot a couple portals here. It's that easy.
Yeah. Here's a cool one. We're going to shoot into a seam of this observation room and then portal bump to get into the next part of the chamber. I would explain what portal bumping is, but I think it's not cool to talk over all this sick gameplay that's going on. Portal bumping, which you're going to see in this next chamber as well. If you shoot a portal and then shoot another portal on top of the other portal, the logic is if that happens, it'll just bump the portal to the side. It makes the gun feel very smooth when you're using it, but there's a big bug in that the game doesn't check if there's a wall in the way of that bumping. So for example, this big glass wall, we can just shoot a portal through it and skip the entirety of chamber 16. And we're at the end already.
I don't know, man. That kind of sounds like out of bounds. I love the definitions that Portal has for inbounds. Like if people are interested in this, look it up. It's fascinating, the rule set, because like it's super precise for what's defined as inbounds.
I will tell you, I'm actually hopefully like the next month or two, I'm going to make a video lightly explaining the new glitches in the Portal inbound speedrun, because there have been some new stuff that I am a former world record holder for Portal Inbounds, and even I watched the speedrun, and I'm like, what is happening? What is happening here? There are a lot of orbs. I'm gonna wait for these guys to despawn. Yeah, Portal Inbounds, it's crazy. I would even argue that Portal Inbounds is more broken than Portal any percent, which doesn't make sense, but I feel like you'd agree if you watch the speedrun.
Yeah, like Portal is always held a place as like one of the most fascinating speed games to me, just because like it fits the theme of this show so much. Like you have to be so precise with your shots.
Yeah,
So,
this game is like...
Shout out to anybody who can speedrun this. You're better than me.
Indeed. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, that we just killed the companion cube, by the way. That's like not noteworthy at all. You can save it, but not... Or you technically can save the companion cube under this rule set if you bring in a turret from the last chamber. That was a double edge glitch, by the way. Same glitch we did before. Your camera, aka your portal gun, goes through the portal, but your body doesn't, so it looks really weird. But do some flings here and get into chamber 18. Yeah, what was I gonna say? Portal is really cool because this game has really cool movement and accelerated backwards hopping, but also there's just absurd cool stuff you can do with just aiming your portals. I will even say, like, I'm a top portal speedrunner. My movement has always been like I wouldn't say the worst, but compared to other top runners, it's definitely been where I'm lacking, but I'm always just able to make up for it in fast portal shots. We just teleported over here. Let's say, what am I doing to place this portal? Okay, this works. I'm like forgetting my strats. We did a trick there called Loch Ness Monster. Oh. Okay. This is really scuffed. It does not help that I'm confused, because this is like one of the more confusing levels in the game, because we're gonna line up a portal here, go through a portal, shoot 2 portals, and now we're at the end of the level. It's called a large angle glitch. It's kind of like a pseudo wrong warp. I don't know all the specifics behind it because it really is that broken, but game does not like angled portals. You're traveling through them weirdly. But now we're in the escape sequence where I get this portal shot through the beam there. We're running away from GLaDOS, and we're doing it so fast that I might not even be aware we're out of the testing track, other than the change in theme. Jump down here. Coming up is the coolest trick in the run. It's called Turret Flippy Skippy Tricky. It has a longer name. It basically has a lot of...
I think I actually do know it.
It has a lot of adjectives that rhyme with thingy. Oh, I don't have this portal set up right.
I think it's the turret flippy whippy, flippy skippy whippy flingy thingy.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Sure.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? I always call it the turret flippy skippy thingy, and then every time I hear someone else talk about it, there's like 3 different adjectives added onto it. So I'm like, no, I'm not one to protest. I don't have to do this. Go to this wall here. Here's a cool one. Glass? No thank you. You can kind of use portal hitboxes to trick the game to thinking you're going through a portal when you're actually going through glass.
This is your last chance.
And now this is the last map of the game. This is the GLaDOS boss fight. It's made really quickly by the fact that we're going to use the acute angle glitch, very similar to the large angle glitch. We're just kind of... It's more or less just going to look like we're going to teleport somewhere. We're going to do it twice here. Here's the first one. Which portal do I need to shoot the other portal? Oh, that looks really weird. Hold up. Third tries the charm. I think the saying should really be fourth tries the charm. Now we're up here, and we'll do it again. Under this turret's leg. Boom, boom. We're in the GLaDOS chamber. We're going to smuggle this turret in. The turret's going to shoot GLaDOS. Then she's going to drop all our cores, effectively skipping the fight with the rocket turret. And, we're going to accidentally travel through a portal there. Time is going to come up in like 10 seconds here when my crosshair disappears. Crosshair being a purple, the blue and orange thing in the middle of my screen. All these cores will fall in. We edge glitch into the incinerator, and that's time. We edge glitch into the incinerator, and the turrets all fall in. The cores all fall in, incinerates them, even though we don't have to open the door. And I have an obligation to go to the cake room right now, so let's do that.
I was gonna say it's tight though, isn't it?
It's not too bad. I am stuttering a bit here, so we might get to it as it fades out. But this is out of bounds, unfortunately. But the run's already over, so who cares? You see my life force fading away before me. Here's the cake, and here's the
Easy.
companion cube. Put it side by side. And that's Portal inbounds no save load abuse.
I kind of want to let the credits roll because I don't know if people know the significance of what you just did.
Did I keep it on the cake?
No.
I can do that real quick. Hold on. We'll do a little bit of trolling. And I'll cheat so we don't have to wait through it all. Put the cube in the cake, okay? The cube is in the cake. How is that even possible? You might be thinking, this is great. My two favorite things together. The hearts cube and the cake. I could stay in there. I could stay in that room forever. Well, guess what? I'm going to speed up the ending cutscene here so we can see what happens. Oh, see, epilepsy warning, by the way. Sorry about that. That comes at you fast.
I'm zooming.
Turns out when you put the game on 10 times speed, the game looks a little wonky. But this is the ending scene, and then usually a thing comes down from the top and plucks out the candle. It doesn't pluck out the candle. It can't because the cube is blocking it. And since the candle isn't plucked out, the credits won't start. You're stuck in this room forever.
The amount of times that I've seen this ending cutscene, I missed that there was the bonk sound.
Yeah.
I never actually paid attention to that.
No, like you think this ending would be like fully scripted. Like they even with the outro video, the credit scene, that's like a video that plays.
Yeah.
But this is like part of the map. It is not a cutscene. I mean, Valve is really good at like not actually making cutscenes that are cutscenes, you know, giving the player control while intended events are supposed to happen. But like this is just on the map, and the crane is a physics object, the cube is a physics object. The cake is actually just like a detail. It doesn't have a hitbox, so that's how you get this. That's Portal. This is the canonical speedrunner ending.
Well, thank you very much. And yeah, Msushi, twitch.tv/Msushi, YouTube @Msushi. You know, check out it. Honestly, some of the really like best well-produced speedrun videos, like speedrun explained videos I've ever seen. But
Vouch.
we're gonna go to another quick break, and then we'll be back with Portal 2. So everybody stay tuned. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back to AIMBOT, everybody. I've just got a couple quick announcements for you. If you missed the Half-Life 1 run or the Portal run that just happened, you can, shockingly, go check it out on youtube.com/gamesdonequick. All the VODs will be up there about 48 hours after the show, and you can go see it there. And if you're watching it there, you want to see this stuff live, interact with the people in chat, you can go to twitch.tv/gamesdonequick weekdays at 7 p.m. Eastern or 4 p.m. on Fridays, and weekends at 1 p.m. Eastern. So we just had Portal and Half-Life by the notorious, the amazing Msushi, and now we have Portal 2 by Msushi.
Hi guys. In case you have a little short-term memory, or maybe you're just watching it in chunks, because that's cool too. You know, you watch a Twitch stream, goes to something else, and maybe you're not as interested. So you tune off, maybe you watch the VOD later. I'm Msushi. I'm kind of wasting time talking right now. We have a 5-minute cutscene, so I'm gonna start. Get ready on the timer here. We're gonna wake up, and it's good morning. You think it's for
15 days. In compliance
okay, the time's going to start in 3, 2, 1, go. Welcome to the world of Portal 2. Again, my name is Msushi. You may or may not have just on a Half-Life speedrun and a Portal speedrun after that. This is Portal 2, released in 2011 by Valve.
Good. You will hear a buzzer.
And this is, in my opinion, like one of the best sequels to a game. I'm not biased at all. I don't have 4,000 hours in this game. I didn't make a career off of this game or anything.
There is a painting on the wall.
You know, it takes the ideas of Portals, all the puzzles, elevates it, adds a cool story, adds more mechanics. The game feels much more full. Of course, like, Portal feels cool because you're kind of in this abandoned facility, Portal 2 doesn't feel as abandoned, but
mentally reinvigorated.
there are some cool parts to it, and we'll get there when we get there because I would never spoil the plot of a speedrun of a 12-year-old game. That would be rude. Anyways, we're gonna take a nap here.
Return to your bed.
This is the container ride. This is a marathon exclusive. In fact, I would even say this is a GDQ HotFix AIMBOT exclusive because
You have been in suspension
you usually
for
don't do this when you do runs. This is 5 minutes of cutscene.
this courtesy call.
For this whole 5 minutes, right at the start of the run, we have like 6 inputs. We had to look up, look down, stare at the painting, go in the bed, open the door, and then we have to jump twice.
Please prepare for
That is
emergency
all it is for 5 minutes of gameplay. You, right now, I'm talking to you. I was gonna name a random name, but I don't want to startle anyone because sometimes that does, it's kind of creepy. But you, who's listening to twitch.tv/GamesDoneQuick or watching at youtube.com/GamesDoneQuick, you can speedrun the first 5 minutes of Portal 2 to perfection because it's a cutscene. So when you do PB attempts, we skip all of this with a community-made save, so everyone starts on the same foot.
Most test
Or
subjects do experience
same
some,
feat,
cognitive
I guess.
deterioration
But
after a few months in
when you
suspension.
do the
Now,
showcase,
you've
the
been
marathon,
under for
you gotta
quite
pull out all
a
the stops and
while,
show the game in its
and out of the
entirety.
question,
We
you
get to
might
see
have a very minor
it
case
nice and
of
close and personal with
serious brain
Wheatley
damage.
here, who's like
Don't be alarmed, all
the
right? Although
pro.
try to
He's a
hold
character.
on, because
He's a
that is
character in the
proper
game.
reaction to being told
We might
that
see
you've
more
got
of him.
brain damage.
We
Do
might
you
not.
understand what
I'm not
saying?
sure yet. This is my
Does
first time
all
playing
this
this game.
Make any sense? Just tell me. Just say yes.
And we're gonna
Okay.
verbalize
what you're
by
doing there is
jumping.
You just jumped. But never mind. Say
and we're gonna say apple.
apple. Okay, you know what? That's close enough. Just hold tight.
And again, another game, another silent protagonist. I guess we're the same protagonist as the previous game, Portal and Portal 2. Same game. They're all in the same universe actually, but I'm sure you didn't know that one. Portal Half-Life, the same universe? Yeah, it's a fun fact. I'm kind of a lore expert. And you're gonna hear a whole lot of more lore as we see this awful moving. This is happening. Wheatley is trying to navigate us to the escape pod so we can get out of the facility. Because we were just asleep for 9 years. We were in sleep for a lot of time. And this robot is clearly very mad, so we're going to sit in the back and do nothing. And I need to think of ways to fill for content. Unfortunately, I already did the Prime Gaming Show last Portal speedrun. I've kind of sold out everything within Games Done Quick and me already. But you know what? You know what's great about Twitch? Is you can just do it again. Hey guys, I'm Msushi. You probably heard of me for my skill in the Portal, Celeste, Half-Life games. Speedrun over at twitch.tv/Msushi. I make videos over at youtube.com/Msushi, which honestly I'm more proud of. If you're more interested in checking out more speedrun content, of course after, when GDQ is not live, because I would never try to defame these people who are giving me a platform right now. That would be really rude. But you can check out my YouTube channel. I'm pretty proud of the stuff that goes on over there. And my main stuff I talk about is Portal, and more specifically Portal 2. But if you ever see a trick and you're like, how does that work? There's like a 70% chance I have a YouTube video about it. In fact, I'll probably annoyingly mention every time there's a trick that I have a video about it. I will talk about it because I'm like, I can't explain it all here. And yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun. Yeah.
How much time we
What
got
were you
left in
saying,
this cutscene? That can help you fill a little
like
bit.
40 seconds. 40 seconds.
All right. What's your dream speedrun game? If you could get really good at any game in the world, what would it be?
Oh gosh. I like a lot of games. This is the problem where I'm such an ambitious person where if I want to speedrun a game, I will just do it. I think Mirror's Edge is a really cool speedrun. That's probably my answer.
Yeah.
And I have a time in it, but the people who are good at the game make it look so cool.
Yeah, Medge is really cool.
However, thanks to emergency testing protocols, testing can continue.
Anyways,
These pre-recorded
we're now.
messages will provide
You
instruction
might
on
recognize
motivational
this
support
from
so that science
18
can
minutes
still
ago in the
be done,
stream.
even in
The first couple of
event
chambers in Portal 2
environmental, social,
are the chambers from
economic,
Portal
or
1,
structural
but they're
collapse.
destroyed because we're 10 trillion bajillion years in the future.
Begin in 3, 2,
You're gonna see a lot of the same. But instead of accelerated backwards hopping, we've gone full circle. 1998's Half-Life bunny hopping is back. It's a little different. Portal 2 bunny hopping is a little weird in that there's what we call a soft speed cap. Specifically, once we get past 300 velocity in any direction, which is about 2 times walking speed, 1.75 times walking speed, we can normally get there in a bunny hop or two. We hit the soft speed cap, and we can't control the direction we're bunny hopping in. For example, if we're bunny hopping forward, and we hit 300 velocity, we cannot turn left or right. Like in Half-Life, where we were bunny hopping, going around corners at 90 degrees in an instant, we can't do that in Portal 2. You're going to see a lot of times, if I want to go around a corner, I'm going to have to slow down, go underneath that 300 velocity threshold, turn, and then do all that. So movement is a lot more, I don't know how to say it. It's a lot more like planned out, deliberate, you could say. We have to, because if you make a bad bunny hop, you're going the same direction you're going. Another really important thing about this game, as I kind of mentioned before, of like this game having more story than Portal 1, you may or may not know like how much the writers popped off when making Portal 2. And I actually have a dialogue skip right here, so I'm going to focus for a second.
That's important. Should have asked that first.
Some emergency testing may
Okay, I partially got it, but I just have to wait for timing here. And I'm just going to wait for them up ahead. I'm going to use Wheatley there to cut off the announcer. The writers popped off on the writing there, and they wanted everyone to know. They were like, guys, we have a banger on our hands. We just need to make sure the players listen to what we wrote. All the funny jokes, all the ironic humor, even some borderline edgy stuff. You know, they were like, we need to make sure everyone hears this. So in Portal 2, 90% of levels will not end until the dialogue is finished playing. Really cool, subtle thing that you kind of don't notice when you're playing the game casually. For speedrunning, this sucks, because we're able to beat these levels faster than they can talk at us. So you're going to see a lot of times, I'm going to be waiting in elevators right before them. I'm going to go in the elevators at a specific queue. That is simply because if I go in the elevator earlier, I'm still going to be waiting. It doesn't matter if you enter the elevator. I'm like stuttering while I'm trying to like epically solve these chambers at the same time. It doesn't matter if you enter the elevator 5 seconds in or 10 seconds in. If the ending dialogue is still playing, you're going to be waiting in the elevator. There are a lot of clever ways we can manipulate this, which you'll see in some chambers. But for the most part, there's a lot more waiting in this game as a result of the story.
If the laws of physics no longer apply in the future,
here we're just able to grab the cube before it falls by shooting a portal under it. And here we're going to do a button glitch. This button over here.
And remember, testing is the future.
If you're on it
starts with you.
for exactly 1 frame or 1 tick or 1/60th of a second.
Good work getting this far, future starter.
1/66th of a second, I think. No, it's 1/60th.
Or irradiated in such a way
So 0.16 seconds?
Start with you. Please return to your primitive
You get what I mean. It's a very small amount of time. I messed up my thing here, so I'm
To
going
ensure
to
that
have to
sufficient
follow
power
this.
remains for core testing protocols, all safety devices have been disabled.
I'm actually going
The
to do
Enrichment
this
Center
normally.
respects your right to have questions or
Just some
concerns
small
about
tricks
this
here.
policy.
I'm doing a seam shot here. So I have to just look at my coordinates in the top left. This skips like a minute-long cutscene. Oh. Sorry, this looks really weird. But, yeah, we just shot through that door. Normally we have to talk to Wheatley, and Wheatley's like, okay, I'm gonna get off my rail, and we're gonna go get to the escape pod. But, yeah. Like, as you can see, I end up dropping some frames there because there's a trick I try to do called mini view snap.
Right now. We're gonna have to go through
Which
her chamber.
normally when you do it right, the game looks like an earthquake because you set your sensitivity to a really weird value
Okay, I'm gonna leave
where
the table.
it
I
makes
don't
it
wanna do
super
I don't wanna
easy
go in there. Don't
to
go in
get
there,
that
just
super
she's
precise
off,
shot.
Don't panic over.
But
Fine, on we go.
I forgot about some setup for the
There
trick,
she
so I just had to eyeball
What
it.
a nasty piece of
And by
work she
eyeball
was,
it, I mean look at
honestly.
the numbers in the top left corner of my game.
Still held, still being
Anyways,
held.
right now we're
That's a
escaping.
great job.
We're on the
Sorry, I
move,
just looked down.
bringing
I
Wheatley
do
with
not
us.
recommend it. I've just done it again. This
He sure
is the
does talk a
main
lot.
breaker room. Look for a
He
switch
does.
that says
And we have to hear it
escape
here.
pod. All right, don't touch anything else.
I'm surprised there isn't
As
a
we
mod
have-
that just
Don't touch anything else.
makes
Don't
him
even-
shut
don't
up.
even look at anything else. Well, obviously you've got to look at
We have
everything else to find the
we have a
escape pod, but
speedrun mod that like skips all the cutscenes, but there isn't a Wheatley shut up mod. I'm sure there would be some interest in that.
You understand? Can you see it anywhere?
Right, guys, coming up here is going to be a really complicated trick. And unfortunately, I do have a video on it, so so if you don't get it, that's your fault, and you have to watch the video right now. You have to pull up another tab and go to my YouTube channel and search up the video Portal 2 Speedrunners Accidentally Discover Invincibility Glitch. This glitch is called the Bets Writer. It's kind of two parts here. The first part is we have to jump out of this pod. Since it's rising, we also get that vertical speed. We just need to time a jump and what's called a pause boost really well here. We got on the first try. We jump over the invisible wall. That is quite hard to do, so first try is always great. Now here's the harder part of this trick. We want to drop into this incinerator here. GLaDOS will drop us in here by herself in the cutscene, but we want to get in there earlier before she drops us in. So as a result, we need to stay on top of this incinerator, but because source engine physics suck, just standing on it isn't enough. We need to be on top of a prop, because otherwise when the incinerator blades open, they'll drag us to the side as well. In that case, we won't fall into the incinerator. And why do we want to fall into the incinerator early? Well, there's about a 6-second lapse between when GLaDOS opens the incinerator and when she drops us in. So if we're able to drop in early, we save that 6 seconds. I'm really worried about the setup working.
After you murdered me.
You did what?
I don't think this works. That'll be really sad. I almost feel like I have to redo it if it doesn't work, but here's what sucks now is that we're sucked out of the control part of the cutscene, and now we have no control as GLaDOS picks us up. This was the person we just destroyed 10 minutes ago. He got a huge visual effects upgrade. I mean, looking great, GLaDOS. And now she's gonna call us a monster. She's gonna throw us down the incinerator. If it goes well, we go down, and you'll actually see Chell in third person. I'm talking a lot. I hope this works. It didn't work. I'm reloading a save because I want it to work that bad. So we'll actually end up seeing that cutscene again. I think this will work better. This is what sucks about doing this trick, is that it saves 20 seconds, but reloading it here loses like 25 seconds. So I'm now losing time, but trust me, it's gonna be cool. And I know what you're saying. You're talking a lot. Yeah, I'm talking a lot. If only there was like a way I could take like 10 minutes of your time and just like explain all the nuance behind the trick. If only. You can fill in the blank. I'm complaining a little too much. But I'm a little frustrated also because I didn't get the trick on the first try. So this time, we're gonna get it on the second try. And you see Chell right there falling into the incinerator? Perfect, that's exactly what we want to see. We cut off GLaDOS. Okay? And what does that mean? We save 6 seconds on the cutscene because we got dropped in early. And that's it. That's all that happens. Is what I would say if I was a liar. Because there's more to this glitch. We ended the level in a weird cutscene state. And in that cutscene state, the game doesn't want you to die during cutscenes. So it makes you invincible. So as a result, we're invincible. You can't die. I'm taking a nice fire bath right now. I can go chill. I can go sit here. I won't die. And that's true for everything else of the game. Acid, turrets, etc. We're invincible. And that ends up saving more time down the road. Cool? I think it's pretty cool.
Wait, it stays through save loads?
It stays through save
What
loads.
the heck, dude?
Once you find it, we can start testing, just like old times. Good.
And now we're gonna get the dual portal gun here and portal through.
Once testing starts,
I ended up getting bad dialogue here, but this is actually Chamber 19 in Portal 1, and we kind of did it in reverse here.
This will be our only
But yeah,
chance to talk.
a lot of talking,
But the important thing
but the end result here is that we're invincible for the rest of the game. It stays between saves and loads, as long as we don't like new game for some reason, which we wouldn't. After that,
who knows?
we're invincible, and that ends up saving another 14 seconds down in the run. Specifically, there's 3 chambers where that's helpful, and I'll point it out. There are like 3 chambers where it actually saves time, and 2 chambers where it's just nice because turrets can maybe kill us.
Not bad.
Oh, I messed that up.
Really let the place go since you killed me.
But now we're into chapter 2, the cold
Not
boot.
bad. I forgot how good you
This is
are
where
at
the game
this.
gives us kind of simple puzzles with the dual portal gun, so we kind of
We have a lot of
get used to
things
it.
do.
Additionally, we get introduced to lasers. A lot of these puzzles are very, very quick because they're not too nuanced, and I know all the solutions. And I know more than the solutions, I know glitches. So I actually know more than the puzzle
I
makers.
just finished building them
Makes them
before
quite
you
easy to
had your
complete. This one's quite simple though, just a little portal to the end, grab the cube, put it on the button.
You are a horrible person. That's what it says. A horrible person.
And yeah, you're gonna see a lot more. I complete these chambers so fast, and then we gotta wait for GLaDOS to talk to us for a little bit,
Don't
and then we'll
let that
hop in the
horrible
elevator.
person thing discourage you.
Here's one where you'll see a cool glitch called the laser switch glitch. We have 2 laser receivers here, but we're going to activate them with only 1 laser. And because of the way like the laser decays from the portal, there's exactly 1 tick or 1/60th of a second on beating the odds. Sorry, I just have to interrupt myself to make sure I go in the elevator at the right time. But there's a 1/60th of a second where both laser receivers are actually active at the same time. And if we push against the door while that happens, the door doesn't want to crush us, so it'll let us through, even though it's open for literally the smallest unit of time possible. And Gato says, we're navigating the test chambers faster than she can build them. And we're going to do it here too. We're going to do a trick called the wet maker. Boom, that's a reportal glitch. And she's going to insult us for solving the chamber slowly.
You don't have to go that slowly.
That trick was called the wet maker. It uses the reportal. If you place a portal while in a portal, you get an extra boost of speed, and we can use that there to clear the gap to get to the end of the chamber. It's really cool. This chamber is called Catapult Intro. This is like the pinnacle of saving time manipulating the end dialogue. We're going to put a camera on the end button there, and as a result, you'll hear GLaDOS will actually start her ending dialogue. And that ends up saving around 10 seconds, because normally GLaDOS doesn't start talking until we put the cube on the button, but by putting the camera on the button, she'll start talking 10 seconds earlier. So we end up not having to wait at all for the elevator here, where normally we would have to wait around 8-10 seconds. These chambers are going by pretty fast. Thankfully, we have a bit of a break here. Catapult Intro showed us what those aerial faceplates do. They launch you, and Trust Fling is where you have to put all your trust in these faceplates. And they'll carry you over here. All I have to do is get to that button platform, and the chamber will solve itself. Do a little air strafe there.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm still cleaning out the test.
And this is like,
so
I have 20, 30 seconds now where there isn't a lot of high octane stuff. You can watch the button, or the sphere here. The sphere here is going to actually activate the button. Just like that. Again, it only activates it for a couple of ticks, maybe 0.1 seconds, but as long as we're pushing against the door will let us through, which is really nice. It's convenient.
You didn't react at the time, so I was worried.
Yeah, and this is only chapter 2. Unfortunately, the puzzles only get more complex from here. Specifically, we have an insane glitch in the next test chamber, and it looks a little something like this. I'll just let it speak for itself, because I've been talking a lot.
I'm sorry, I don't know why that went off. Anyway, just an interesting science fact.
And we emerge from the floor of the test chamber like a phoenix, rising from the ashes, and just power up to the end. That's a glitch called the super reportal. Earlier, I explained the reportal. If you're in a portal, shoot a portal, get a boost. Super reportal, extra step. You get stuck. We shot a portal at a weird angle in the ground, so we got stuck in the floor, and as a result, we're able to compound those speed portal pushes to end up getting like a 1,000 velocity push from the floor of the chamber. Makes it really easy to get to the end of the level. This level is just shooting 2 portals through the floor, nothing crazy. But it's only on the up from here. As we literally don't even hear GLaDOS talk there. There's a Moby Dick reference there that we skip over. But now we're to chapter 3, The Return. Here's a cool speedrun trick that you won't even know is a speedrun trick because it's so subtle. I just saved 30 seconds there.
See, I watched the video on youtube.com/@Msushi, so I know what's going on
I have a video about this. It's called Portal 2's toughest chamber was finally solved. World record history of stealing catapult. Basically, we just crouched in midair. Normally, there's a mini cutscene there where GLaDOS will talk to you, and she calls you fat because you can't reach the ceiling with the aerial faceplate. However, by crouching multiple times in the air, we can trick the game to thinking we've gone on the faceplate multiple times, and GLaDOS will just instantly lower the ceiling. Saves around 30 seconds of her talking. Again, really cool chamber. I recommend checking out my 25-minute YouTube video talking all about the history of how we got to that solution for the chamber. And there's actually an even cooler solution that is too hard for full game runs that's worth checking out. Here's Ricochet. There's an achievement in this chamber if you beat it in under 60 seconds. I have been keeping counts, but I think I'll clear that quite easily. And boom, really cool strat there. We have the cube pass through the laser, which lowers the platform. And then as the platform rises back up, we grab the cube, slope off it perfectly. All that strat is timed to perfection. It looks so cool when you do it right. So glad I got that one in the first try. Here's bridge intro. What's funny is in Portal 1, we call all the chambers by their number. In Portal 2, the chambers still have numbers, but we call them all by like their map name, which is funny. But it makes sense because later on in the game, not all the chambers have numbers and the numbers repeat. That's a totally normal Portal mechanic. Actually, if you play the tutorial, the game tells you can push cubes through glass. A lot of people forget that one. That's completely normal. That's completely intended. Don't worry about it.
So I was gonna ask, with all these strats, like, how easy is this for a beginner to pick up? Like,
nobody but you is that pointless.
are there
So
backup
what's great
strats that are slightly easier?
Yeah, there are a ton of different strats. This game isn't awful for beginner to learn. I mean, I think Portal 1 is a much better game for beginner to learn. Portal 2 is tough because every game has kind of a unique solution to it. There really aren't that many recycled strats. Like in this room where I'm doing this, which that was a reportal into falling momentum, into grabbing a button in midair, or grabbing a cube in midair. There's a lot of stuff, and like that skill set that I had to use to grab that cube and hit all the portals correctly, it's not really used anywhere again, so it has a lot of niche strats you have to practice. Obviously, what's great is that if you're learning the game, you don't have to do all those strats, thankfully. But I mean, I'm biased. This is like my favorite speedrun game. But I think this game's really cool because each chamber is a little different. But of course, if you are interested in learning any of the games I'm playing today, all of them have great communities who will. They all have tutorials in place, but also will help you if you're struggling to learn anything. Although it might seem intimidating, what you're seeing is the product of thousands of hours of perfection of the craft. So, in reality, I'm just a big loser. And you can come in and giga chat and get better than me. But it will take you a couple hundred hours, trust me. But of course, I recommend it to anyone. This is laser relays. I know where to put my portal, so the laser relays will all line up. Regardless, we'll talk for a bit more. Coming up here, this is one chamber where we actually do use the invincibility. It saves a whopping 1 second.
It's a medical experiment.
And it's just a really cool strat where we're going to ignore turret fire. What's annoying too is normally when you get hit by turrets, not only do they damage you, which is bad because you'll die, but they knock you back. So for example, in this chamber, we're going to grab this turret. The turrets on the pedestal here protect this cube. They normally shoot me back so I can't get on the platform. But since I don't take damage, it's quite easy just to go out and smuggle them. I end up using the other turret as a step stool to get onto the platform, which is quite funny. And back to back, we're going to have another chamber where we use the invincibility. This time it'll save closer to 5 seconds. There are more turrets here, and normally we're meant to use a laser to destroy these turrets. But again, we don't really care about turrets too much. We'll hop into the line of fire, knock them over. It is nice to knock them over because the laser does, they do block the laser's path. But yeah, just activate the relay there. And that's the end of that chamber. As GLaDOS will hum, he's a jolly good fellow. And you have to go in right at the end of that big high note there if you're speedrunning optimally. Always fun. And this is the last chamber of Chapter 3. This is Pull the Rug. It'll be fast, but this is actually one of the more simpler things. We're just going to put a bridge up here, grab this cube, put it on the other bridge so it also blocks the laser. I'll bunny hop to the end here, get rid of the portal, cube falls on the button. Bada bing, bada boom. We're into the end here. Okay. Now, we'll go into a surprise. And this surprise is one of the more notorious chambers in the game. It's called Column Blocker. We're going to do a strat here called Chorus Fruit Skip. And then another strat called Jerry Skip. Chorus Fruit Skip is a weird warp where we're going to warp into the ending level. It's almost like a down warp, like you're eating chorus fruit in Minecraft. That's why it's named that. And then Jerry Skip is an elevator clip. I've been talking too much, so I'm just going to let you watch these because they're kind of cool, and it's, you know, ignorance is bliss. It's cool to see something and not really know why it works and just kind of goggle at it, if that makes sense. I need to get this portal shot first. That was the chorus fruit skip. We're now in the ending. Oh, I went too far there. And boom, we clip to the elevator. That's Jerry Skip. It's called Jerry Skip because as you hear Wheatley talk there, he goes, "Hey, how's it going?" He talks about how he's going to sue his coworker, Jerry the Nanobot, because the Nanobot team will not accommodate a worker of his size.
So I guess it's actually
Quite a funny line of dialogue. That is one of the only chambers in the game we can do that elevator clip because of that unique cutscene. And I messed up that shot there. This is laser chaining. We're just going to chain some lasers together. Oh, but I'm coming barely short on this strat here. Try this one more time, and if not, I can... Yeah, I'm releasing it way too early, so we'll do the slower strat here, which would have been faster if I didn't mess up the fast strat 7 times, but that's okay. Line up this on the relay over there, hop down, and there is another relay you're supposed to activate right there, or we can just airstrike to the end. Ignore all these turrets.
I thought about our dilemma, and I came up with a solution that I honestly think works out
Yeah,
best for
unfortunately, I
both
don't
of
actually have a
us.
video about all those skips we just saw in Column Blocker. Really technical, glitchy stuff. So, you know, we just be better off for the run if we ignore those glitches' existence right now. Because there's more stuff. Like this chamber, which has the funniest cheese ever. There are 3 laser receivers, and all you need to do is wiggle your mouse between them really fast.
I was watching that going, how is he gonna solve this?
Yeah. Because of the way the laser decay works, and again, the laser switch glitch, where having the door open for 1 frame is good enough as long as you're pushing against it, results in that really funny speedrun strat.
What's going on? Who turned off the
It's really funny too seeing the ILs of that speedrun, because they don't even wiggle it, they just do one solid sweep. And it's like, whoa, how do you do that? Anyways, we're now out of the testing track. We're in the escape sequence, as Wheatley is clarifying for us here. These sections have a lot more movement, like that jump over the fence I just did. And we're running, and Wheatley somehow caught up to us here. Funny how past these turrets, we're so fast they can't even shoot us. But even if they could shoot us, we're invincible. So, doesn't really matter. And we'll navigate through these catwalks. And we've actually done this so fast. This is supposed to be Wheatley's rail. He's supposed to be with us this whole time. But he's so far back, we get to see him get crushed. And then also survive somehow. Doesn't make any difference to me whether he's with me or not. As you'll see in this chamber, we have a skip called Flashlight Skip. I've upped the brightness for you so you can see this level. This is the turret factory level. Normally to emphasize the fact that like you're like outside of the test chambers here, GLaDOS turns off all the lights and Wheatley has to turn on his flashlight so you can see everything. However, by jumping on top of the rail at the start there, we skip the 20-second cutscene where Wheatley turns on his lights, and we're able to get through this chamber a bit faster as a result of everything being dark. However, even if we did the cutscene, we'd be so fast that Wheatley wouldn't be able to catch up to us, and his flashlight still wouldn't be useful. So, not like it even matters. I hit a bad cycle here, but we're still moving through this level. This is like one of the biggest movement levels in the game for all the movement junkies, the Portal 2 community. Or we'll shoot some portals here. Navigate through this ending section. And then take a leap of faith down here onto the pipes. And that's Turret Factory. So we're outside of the we're outside of the test chambers, and we want to do 2 things before confronting GLaDOS again, and that is stop turret production. That's why we're here right now. We're gonna do a cool jump here. Oh, we're not gonna do a cool jump because we're gonna do it on the second try. Nice. So we need to get rid of her turrets so she can't shoot us to death. Which again, don't know why that's a problem. We're invincible, but I guess it's not canonical, so that's okay. And the second thing we want to do is get rid of the neurotoxin, so she can't poison us. So when we confront her to escape, we don't have to deal with any of her shenanigans. Now, of course, since we're speedrunning, we're not going to do either of those things. Well, actually, we will do one of them. Actually, I'll try doing a cool strat. But first here's the turret assembly line. Normally, you got to go into that room there and get rid of the template turret to progress. But instead, we're going to do another shot through a door here. I did this earlier in Chapter 1, but it's more or less the same thing. Super small gap in the top of that door there you can shoot through. It is so precise, you cannot rely on visuals alone. You have to use the coordinates in the little debug menu I have up in the top left. Again, I have a video about that strat, how speedrunners skip the turret assembly line.
That did not end well.
Goes over some other cool strats runners used to do for this level, but
Embarrassing. I mean, I realize they're children, but still, you know, low hanging.
and yeah, we didn't actually tamper with the turret assembly line at all. So GLaDOS technically still has functioning turrets, but the game doesn't actually check if you've done that, so okay. And I'm gonna go for a hard strat here. This like definitely will not save time, but I'm gonna try a strat here called implosion skip.
I knew we were going the right way.
This is how
This is the
you beat
neurotoxin generator. Bit bigger than I expected.
this level neurotoxin sabotage without actually sabotaging the neurotoxin.
There's some sort of control room up at the top. So
It is quite hard.
there's our handiwork.
It'll maybe take a couple of tries.
They do feel pain.
I'm actually gonna go for the slower cycle too, but we're basically gonna do a ton of parkour to get to the ending. It's gonna look really cool.
Well done. Let's see what's
I'm not even gonna explain it. I'm gonna let it speak for itself.
equipment to shut down the neurotoxin.
And I'm definitely gonna reload a ton, so hopefully we'll everything will work out.
No, don't worry. All right.
I'm gonna wait for the next cycle when
Little rest actually while I work.
it appears. I'm actually gonna reload so I have even more leeway. Okay.
Do you smell neurotoxin? Hold up, the neurotoxin levels are
Ooh,
going.
not quite.
Here we go. Do you smell neurotoxin?
This is gonna take a bit because there's not a lot of room for error here, but trust me, it'll look cool.
Do you smell neurotoxin? Hold up, the neurotoxin. Here we go. Do you smell neurotoxin? Hold up, the neurotoxin levels are going down. So
Oh, not quite. I'm trying to get on top of this like scaffolding here.
do you smell neurotoxin? Hold up, the neurotoxin levels
Oh,
are
the
going.
chair got stuck in the loop there. What the heck?
Do you smell neurotoxin? Hold up, the neurotoxin levels are going.
No, that should have worked. That's only step. This is only step 1 of the strat, by the way. Hold on. I will stop this if I mess it up like 2 more times.
Hold up, the neurotoxin level.
1 more time. Okay, hold on.
Do you smell neurotoxin? Hold up, the neurotoxin levels are going
Okay.
down. So whatever you're
We're
doing,
gonna do the we're gonna do the lame strat of actually solving it the way it's supposed to be solved. We'll forfeit like 45 seconds I just spent, probably closer to a minute attempting it.
0%. Yes.
That's supposed to be called implosion skip. And what's great is that I can talk about the video I made about the strat because if you don't know what the strat is supposed to look like, I have a video on my YouTube channel beating the perfect Portal 2 speedrun, world record history of neurotoxin sabotage. Check it out. It's a really cool strat where you use the chair to climb up the scaffolding and jump into the portal and completely circumvent cutting the tubes. But now, I get to chill for a bit because this is the big middle point of the game where we're going to go confront GLaDOS, and it's a big cutscene. We have this 50-second level where I don't even have to touch the keyboard, thankfully. And then we have a 4-minute level where lore occurs. And then we have about a minute 20-second level where I also don't have to touch the keyboard. So I get to have a second. I get to drink water because that's important.
Oh, I can't wait to see the look on her face. No neurotoxin, no turret.
And while you're drinking water, I can shout out a couple of announcements we got coming up.
Sure, hit it.
GDQ will be at PAX West 2023 this upcoming weekend, September 1st. So if you want to see any live runs or try your hand at the Speedrun Gauntlet, check out the Speedrun stage at PAX West to find out more. Excuse me. I burped right at the end of that. I'm definitely a professional announcement reader. And GDQX will be live at TwitchCon
Honestly,
October
truly
20th to the
didn't think we'd fall
22nd.
for that.
We have our own stage,
In
Games
fact,
Done Quick
I
stage,
devised a much
from
more
10 a.m.
elaborate
to
track
6
further
p.m.
ahead
Vegas
for when you
time,
got through this
as well as
easy one.
streamed live on the GDQ Twitch
If I'd
channel.
known you let yourself get
Go
captured
to
this easily, I
gamesdonquick.com for more
would've
info.
just
And if you're going to the
dangled a
event and
turkey
want
leg
to
on
check
a
us
rope
out
from
and
the
help
ceiling.
volunteer, submissions are open until September
Well,
3rd.
It was nice catching up. Let's get to business.
Yeah, I can actually vouch.
Brought
I
something stronger than a
haven't been to a
portal gun
PAX
this
Fest,
time.
but I went to the last
Otherwise, I'm
PAX
afraid
East
you're
where
about to become the immediate
GDQ had a
past
similar
president
thing.
of
The only thing that
Vietnam
sucks was
Live
that
Club.
they didn't have internet at the
Seriously,
PAX East event, so that had to be restreamed later. But of course, for PAX West, I believe all the runs will also be live on Twitch.
That's a good question. I don't know, but you know who would know? Our amazing producer, Richard.
Oh, you were busy.
Unfortunately, chat
I
cannot
believe I
hear
read
Richard.
a tweet.
Well,
Yeah, no, I believe I read a
suppose we
twat,
could just
a
sit in this
twat,
room and
a tweet
glare
in
at each
X
other
that
until
said
somebody drops dead.
they will
But
be
I have a better
streamed on the
idea.
GDQ channel.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing that too.
Deadly neurotoxin.
But I remember I tried out the Speedrun Gauntlet at PAX East. Very, very cool. Lots of fun. So if you're going to PAX Fest or if you're in the area, need a reason to go, another additional cool thing to check out there. I recommend it.
Warning, Central Core is 80% corrupt.
That's funny.
Yeah, so GLaDOS had defective turrets and no neurotoxin. Even though we didn't switch out the turrets, we did destroy the neurotoxin, but even if we didn't destroy the neurotoxin, the game doesn't have like story checks, so
Substitute core accepted.
not a big deal.
Substitute core. Are you ready to start
Right
the
now we're
procedure?
attempting to replace
Corrupted core.
GLaDOS,
Are you
the
ready to start
current
procedure?
No.
AI overlord of
No,
Aperture
no, no,
Laboratories,
no,
with
no,
Wheatley.
no, no.
Stalemate detected.
We'll see how that'll go.
Transfer procedure cannot continue.
Yes.
Unless a stalemate associate is present.
Gotta hit the stalemate associate button,
Resolution button.
which GLaDOS will try to stop us from pressing. But since we've played the game before, we know how she'll try to stop us, and we can avoid it properly by jumping over the panels there.
What if this really hurts? Ah, I didn't think of that.
Oh, it will.
Now that we press the button,
Believe
the
me,
process
it
will start.
Are you just saying that?
GLaDOS
Or
will
is it
do her
really
best
hurt? You're just
T-Pain
saying that,
impression
aren't you?
coming
You're
up
just-
here.
You're not. You are. It is going to hurt, isn't it? Exactly how painful are we? Ah!
Your hands off me. No. Stop. No. 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 No.
Never gets old. Never gets old.
Incredible.
Wow!
And now GLaDOS is no longer controlling the facility. Wheatley is in control, and he's going to give us our escape pod, and we're going to finish the game.
Look at this. Not too bad, eh? Giant robot, massive. It's not just me, right? I am.
But obviously, if you look at the estimates,
Oh, right.
we're not about to finish the game. We're only about halfway through,
There we go. Lift cool.
or halfway through, like, content-wise, I
Let me
guess.
tell you, I
On
knew it would be
time.
cool to be in charge of everything.
This is a trick called the elevator skip.
Wow, this is cool.
Wheatley debates us and starts giving us upward, starts bringing the escape pod upward, and then it's like, hold on, and then he has a big ego trip for 2 minutes. Really iconic cutscene. It's really long. We can skip it by getting on top of the elevator, tricking the game. They think we're inside the elevator,
But I'm huge.
and then we can just go down the hole here ourselves. Ooh. There's a trick there called a hole-in-one, which is if you strafe off of the elevator right into the hole, called a hole-in-one, because it's like golf. I don't know, that's like, of course it's like golf. What else would hole-in-one be from? But now we end up skipping the latter 2 minutes of that cutscene. GLaDOS is the potato. We're falling downwards towards Old Aperture, and Wheatley's in control of the facility.
Since it doesn't look like we're going anywhere, well, we are going.
And this is another minute where I don't have to touch the keyboard. But here's a fun fact.
From that, here's a couple of facts.
Right now we're falling. You can clearly see
Moron.
we're going downward. There's like
Minds of a
meter markers in the wall so we know how far we're descending.
generous of building the
Did you know that in this level, you are actually not moving, the level is moving around you?
entire facility.
And, well, first of all, you should believe me, I've done a lot of cool stuff this stream. I think it's pretty clear I'm a professional,
In case this
so you should take my word for it. But in case you don't, in the top left there, you can see my position, angle, and velocity
yours and shove
in my little speedrun debug thing here in the top left. The velocity is 0. I'm not moving. There's no speed whatsoever right now on Shell. It's just the level moving around us, which is quite cool. Cool little illusion. And as we simultaneously crash into like 12 different cars, we end up here in Old Aperture, which is a fan favorite part of the game, my personal favorite as well. Ends up being some of the hardest parts for the speedrun. But this first level underground is pretty chill. A lot of bunny hopping and cool portal placements.
I like that Chell is functionally invincible to whatever happens.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose canonically is that she has the long fall boots, so she doesn't take damage. But even then, like, it is pretty miraculous she lands on these boots and that they, like, actually work, you know?
She's like a cat, always lands on her feet.
Yeah. We did a cool little long shot there to get the end of this level. And we're going to open this vault. Normally you need 2 people for it, but since we have portals, we can beat out the lock timer. And this is my favorite, like, joke to over-explain. Great use of visual comedy by Valve. We have 30 seconds of this massive vault door opening, and you're like, gosh, I just got into this, like, underground area. I don't know where I am. All my friends are dead. Big vault, small door. So it's hilarious. It's like, you know, I just have to point out every time. Goes over, you know, goes right over a casual gamer's head. Well, it's like the copy pasta, like, oh, Rick and Morty is actually for a very
Your
high
IQ has to be pretty high.
Yeah. You know, that's basically my little moment of that. But anyways, here's a really cool level. We're just going to conjure a ton of momentum here to jump off of this pipe. Called a scripted momentum abuse. I don't even fully understand how this one works. But by walking off of that railing at a weird angle, if all the portals are placed just right, the game gives you a ton of speed. And you can use that combined with a reportal to skip the little ending portion of that level there.
This first test involves something the lab boys call repulsion gel.
Here's a character that is loved by basically everyone who knows this game, Cave Johnson. He's gonna do a seam shot here to get out of the chamber.
He's voiced by
For this next test, we put nanoparticles in the gel.
A. Jonah Jameson, and I can't remember the actor, right?
J.K. Simmons?
J.K. Simmons. Right?
Yes.
Okay. My God, I thought I was gonna lose it for a second there.
When you were, not to put you on the spot, Amy, but when you were like thinking, I'm like, is this a bit or does he not know?
You gotta understand, I don't do bits. Like all my bits are pre-planned. If I sound like I don't know what I'm talking about at the moment, I don't.
It's a lively one, and it does not like the human skeleton.
Yeah, at the end of the chamber there, we did a button glitch. It's called Step Dad. You just have to step on and off the button super quickly, and it stays open. Saves about 4 seconds.
All these science spheres are made of asbestos, by the way. Keeps out the rats.
And yeah, we're navigating through these old chambers of old aperture. We're also introduced to the gels here. The blue gel is bouncy. Oh, I don't think I'm going to make this cycle here, this gel cycle, so I got to wait for the next blob to fall. Blue gel is bouncy, red gel is speed, and orange, or red/orange gel is speed, and white gel is portability. Fun fact, we actually don't use the red gel at all in the speedrun, despite it being the speed gel. It's just every chamber where we need to use it, there's just a faster solution. Here's me plugging in my task tools for a second. To line up an absurdly precise shot.
We implanted a tiny microchip about the size of a postcard.
I missed. Hold on.
But if it starts vibrating and beeping during this next test, let us
know.
know.
We're doing it old school. That's so sad.
500 degrees,
Oh, I don't remember how to do this. Okay, we're doing some on-the-fly speed running. You guys get to see like 7 different routes here. Okay. Man, that's so sad. I had a bit planned for that too and everything. Okay. This strat looks visually cool though, so we'll appreciate that. We'll get on top of the level here. Bounce on this blue gel. Hold on. It's a little far away. We really gotta strafe. We can't jump onto it. We need to strafe onto it. Please tell me I can make this strafe. This will be really sad. Kind of a meltdown. Okay, we gotta go back down to the start of the level. And we gotta replace the gel. And then we gotta do the strat again to get on top of the chamber. Okay, and now that the gel's in a better place, now we can do the cool thing. We're gonna get stuck right here. We're gonna blast off. That trick's called a stuck launch. You get stuck in weird geometry. You end up building a ton of downward speed, off the blue gel, bounce, hit the ceiling, angle, trigonometry. We're at the end of the level, baby. It's that simple. Unfortunately, I messed up the other strat, which is called a seam shot, and I was doing something there called view snapping, which I have a video about. It's on my YouTube channel. It's called Portal Speedruns Fun In-Game Aimbot, and it's not cheating. Unfortunately, you have no motive to watch that video now because you don't even know what trick I'm talking about. But it's a really cool trick where you basically lower. I mentioned this before in the run, but you lower your in-game, or you increase your in-game sensitivity a ton and lower your hardware sensitivity, and it makes it so it's basically impossible to miss these super precise angles. You basically set it up so out of all the possible places you can aim, you have to aim at the super precise shot.
Greetings, friend. I'm Cave Johnson, CEO of Aperture
Here's a cool little fling.
You might know us as a vital
This skips picking up GLaDOS, who's a potato over in that room, which is great, because then she doesn't have to yap at us for the rest of the speedrun, except she does, because she magically appears on our gun here, because story continuity
The testing area is just up ahead.
has to occur even if you're a
The
speedrunner.
quicker you'll get your $60. Carolyn, are the
Even if you
compensation
skip the
vouchers
canon events, they still have to occur.
ready? Great job,
Anyways,
astronaut, war hero,
there we
and
just
or
were able to
Olympian.
sneakily get a
With
portal to the
your
end of the
help,
chamber
we're gonna-
and re-portal to clear the little gap there.
Hey, listen up down there. That thing's called an elevator.
Called an elevator, not a bathroom.
I swear I know him.
And we have another cool chamber here. We're going to do a super re-portal again, which I mentioned earlier in chapter 2. We're going to get stuck in a wall and do a ton of re-portals. They compound and give us a massive speed boost. Looks a little something like this.
120 ways down your pistol. Put some science stuff in you.
And conveniently,
In
just the
case
right
you're
amount of
interested,
speed
there's still
to
some
fly right to the
positions
end of the
available
level.
for that bonus opportunity I mentioned earlier. Again, all you gotta do is let us
Now, this next level is awesome.
banging rocks
There's a
together
certain
here. We know how to
dialogue
put
line that
back
people
together.
really like in this game.
So, that's a
Goes
complete
something,
reassembly. New vitals,
when life gives you
big
lemons,
shine
don't
on
make
the
lemonade.
plus we're scooping out timbers. Frankly, you ought to be paying us.
So in this next level, we have a cool skip called Lemon Skip. Hey, well, I wonder why it's named that.
Thank you.
It's actually a really complicated. We need to disable a scripted momentum trigger, and then do a super re-portal. But it skips the little chamber where Cave Johnson has his lemons rant, which is quite unfortunate. But the trick kind of looks like we're like trying to summon a demon here, but these are all very precise lineups, which I'm trying to do to get stuck in the wall here, and then I'm going to shoot a ton of portals, get a ton of speed. I'm going to shoot 2 extra portals, and we're going to fly into the air like a rocket ship and land on this catwalk here near the end of the level. Again, if you're curious, I have a video, how speedrunners skip Cave Johnson's lemon rant. Quite aptly named. And usually when you'd be playing this level here, you'd have Cave Johnson roaring in your ears. Oh, I messed up the thing. That's okay. But instead, there's just some ambience as we fling to the end here. Now, I mentioned a glitch earlier called the stuck launch. We're going to be doing that again here. And GLaDOS references the lemons rant here, which is quite funny. Since we skipped it, we're going to get some blue gel down there, get stuck in this pipe and railing, boost up through the air, land a portal over here. And now while we're falling, we're going to redirect our speed off this pipe onto this portable surface, portal through, and we're right at the gel pump station. Which, there's a lot more to that level. We basically skip an entire puzzle doing that. And we're about to skip a cutscene too by doing another super re-portal. Some more precise lineups here. Really got to get the angle down for that floor portal. Aim right at this little curve. Line up here. Boom, 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 boom. And now we're stuck in the ground. Shoot a ton of portals. And now we have all our speed needed. We can lift off. Squeeze right through these pipes over an invisible wall. And now we're at the end of the level. And more importantly, this is the end of Old Aperture. The staircase here will take us up and into the new Aperture Laboratories chambers. And again, Wheatley is now in control of Aperture Laboratories. We skip a lot of dialogue cutscenes with GLaDOS. The story lore is that we've kind of made a truce with her, you know, the enemy of my enemy is my friend type beat, where we both kind of don't want Wheatley to be in charge. He seems incompetent. As you see here, he made cubes with legs so they can solve puzzles for him. Wheatley ends up explaining to us that when you're the super AI of Aperture Laboratories, they programmed an itch, so you have to test to kind of scratch that itch, which is why he made these stupid cubes. And we're gonna do a quick little skip here called Cube Throw.
Solve this puzzle for him. When he comes back, I'll hit him.
Usually, Wheatley locks you in that room after you activate the button, but by throwing the cube and pushing against that door, we're able to go through. Yeah, Wheatley talks about this itch, so we have to test for him so we can scratch that itch. Fun fact there, in that room with all the Franken turrets, which were those turret-legged cubes, they're actually hard-coded in the game, so they can't hit the button, proving how much of a moron Wheatley is, that his invention has kind of failed. But fun fact, because the Source engine is jank as heck, it actually is possible for the cubes to hit the button. I made a whole video talking about it. It's called Portal 2's Unluckiest Speedrun, which is actually a really cool watch. I'm not biased at all. Oh, that portal sparked.
Nothing. Alright, can't blame me for trying. Okay, new tests.
And now Wheatley's gonna have us solve some tests.
Around here somewhere.
Alright, so my paradox idea didn't work.
And it almost killed us. So we're gonna see here Wheatley proving further how stupid he is, I guess. There's no better way to put it other than bluntly. He's gonna start rehashing GLaDOS' old test chambers. But with a new element called the excursion funnel, which are these little tractor beams here. And here's where we have what I like to call Portal 2's like titular glitch. In my opinion, this is my favorite glitch in the game. It's called the excursion funnel crouch fly glitch. And we got it right there. You probably didn't realize it. But being in these tractor beams gives you 0 gravity. And by crouching in these tractor beams while at a complete standstill, you can trick the game into keeping that 0 gravity state even when you're not in a funnel. So I did that in the last map, so as a result, I'm able to fly. Essentially, crouching increases an internal counter, so the game thinks you're in 2 funnels when you're really in 1. So when you leave that 1 funnel, the game does 2 minus 1, which is 1. The game still thinks you're in a funnel. You're in a lot of trouble. And since the game still thinks you're in a funnel, it gives you 0 gravity. I have a whole video about this. I'm starting to sound like a broken record. I have a video about this. It's called How Speedrunners Skip the Part Where He Kills You.
I never stockpiled them.
I'm coming. Don't start yet.
But
You are not going to believe this. I found a
you don't really need to watch that. All you need to know right now is that
perfectly good test chambers just sitting there.
floors are a suggestion. Gravity, it's cool and all. Newton was onto something, but personally, I'm built different. I don't really care about that stuff. Makes these chambers really easy to complete.
Just as mementos, though.
And there we go.
Let's grab this cube here, throw it up at the cube button.
Oh, disappointed.
I suppose it's not necessarily a cube button, but just a button.
It's happening sooner than I expected. I'm sure we'll be fine.
Yeah, as Pro Lucky said in the chat, I'm invincible and I have flight, so I'm practically in creative mode.
I look for a way out.
We're not quite at the level of cheating where I can summon things in, but we're more or less conjuring the game to do whatever we want it to do. By hopping in that funnel there, we did lose the crouch fly glitch, but we will get it back later, don't worry.
A little too far this time.
Here's a really cool strat,
Now he's playing classical.
called a portal cut. With a little convincing, if you're really persuasive, you can land a portal on this grate, which isn't supposed to be there. It's simply a really, really precise portal shot onto that little section there.
Quick response to testing. Eventually, you build up a resistance to it. It can get a
And
little
now, not Wheatley,
unless you have the mental
gotta explain some lore.
capacity to test it. It didn't matter to me.
Me.
I was in it for the science.
And we're gonna come up on, how many more levels does this game have? We have like 9 or 10 more? But they end up getting a bit longer at the end here.
He's not getting his solution euphoria. We could be in a lot of
This is laser catapult? No,
Just moving the old test chamber
this is
a bit
not laser
closer
catapult. This is
to
stop the
me.
box.
I'd have thought maybe
Ah!
proximity
I'm supposed to grab that cube out of the
might
air.
give us stronger results.
Try that again. Cupid's the faith plate.
Oh, sorry.
Grab it in midair. There you go. We're gonna go put it on the button. Normally you need a bridge wall to like stop these turrets from shooting you. but since we're invincible, don't really have to worry about it. We're also so fast, we don't even care about the turrets shooting us.
And you're picking all the worst ways. No, that was the solution. What am I missing?
And now we're going to laser catapult. Here we're going to get the excursion funnel crouch fly glitch again.
I think he's getting desperate. This is not good.
Have a brainwave.
We're gonna get it on this funnel,
These, and
right
then
here.
watch 10 at once. Get a more sort of concentrated burst of science. Oh, on a related note.
And now we're in zero gravity. We'll fly to the end of the level.
Anyway,
Kind of slope off this pipe here so we can get just the right height to get into the door.
Remember when I told you that he was specifically designed to make bad decisions? Because
I think he's decided not to maintain any of the crucial functions required to keep this facility from exploding. Because I have to listen to the dialogue for all these cues, I end up memorizing like 70% of this game's dialogue.
facility.
A curse and a blessing.
Self-destructing, you idiot.
Was self-destructing.
Alright, so now, since we still have the fly glitch active, we're going to grab this cube. And we're going to angle it off of this portal here to hit that laser receiver. Really cool strat. And just to finish off this level, we're going to cancel our excursion funnel fly glitch by hitting the funnel, but we need to do it at a specific point so we can get to the end faster here. Going to strafe around an invisible wall, hit a trigger here. Oh, I missed the trigger for those little boxes to open. And now on propulsion catch. This level is thankfully pretty chill. We're just going to get the fly glitch to win. And we get to see over there is where the ending of the level will be. Here's where Wheatley reveals that he has the co-op bots, or he found the co-op bots. And it is insinuated that he is going to use the bots to solve test chambers and Scratch's itch, in which case he would have no need for us. Which seems mischievous, because if he has no need for us and he doesn't like us, a couple things might happen. But we'll get to it in like one chamber. Wheatley does talk for a really long time here. And because of the way we entered this elevator, we actually never properly triggered the ending dialogue. So we have what's called an awkward elevator. The game keeps trying to check if the ending dialogue is over, but since it never started, the check always fails. Until we eventually hit a failsafe, screen completely fades out and just says, alright, clearly something went wrong, we'll just send you to the next level.
In which case, wow, that's kind of sad.
Sorry, my fault.
Clean up on aisle 12,
Butterfingers.
and Wheatley spills all his white goo on us, but that's okay, we can use the portal over. We're gonna get the fly glitch again. This is the most important fly glitch in the game. Oh. Because we're gonna keep it for more or less
Inexplicably happy
the next
all of a
chapter.
sudden, even though he should be going out of his
And
mind.
this chapter is going to be called
And he's got a surprise for us.
the part where he kills you. This is the last final chapter of the game. And this is going to be Wheatley trying to kill us.
Dying to know what your big surprise
And we're trying to
is.
escape
Well,
all of the traps he has laid for us.
2 more chambers.
The first one is a trap faith plate here. If you hit it, it doesn't put you straight, it puts you right. But since we have... Actually, wait, let me show you real quick. Since we have the crouch fly, if we hit this thing, we won't go back down. So we just get stuck in the ceiling, which is quite funny. But, yeah, working with the fly glitch, we have to do this instead. Hit our head on this little, like, pixel walk here. And that wall doesn't have a hitbox. You can fly right through it. And now we're ballin'.
This doesn't feel inbound.
No, this is inbounds, trust
Oh,
me.
okay. All right. I trust you.
Trust me. Glad we have that trust.
There's a video on this, right?
There is a video on this. Now you're going to see Wheatley here is so stunned by the fact that we just flown through everything. He's speechless. He doesn't know what to say. He's absolutely stunned. Bonk him on his panel, and then he's going to come to a sense. It's going to be like, whoa, wait, what's happening?
Okay, look, I've decided I'm not going to kill you. Okay.
Yeah, usually there's a huge dramatic reveal there. But because we're not on the intended path, we are inbounds. We're inbounds. Did I say we're inbounds? We're inbounds. But we're not on the intended path, so we skip some dialogue triggers. Fun fact, while it's not relevant to the strat you're seeing here, I do have a cool video all about that past level called, oh my god, this is the speed cap kicking in. I'm stuck going this direction. But I have a cool video called Impossible Skip Destroys Speedrun Record. I actually forget. Sometimes you're just such a YouTuber making all these clickbait things, like you forget what they're actually called. But it's called World Record History of Finale 1. Really cool chamber when you don't have the excursion from the fly glitch. Check it out. But since we do, this is not Finale 1, this is Finale 2, but we're able to just pretty much bend these chambers to our will. Here's like 12 turrets. They can't hurt us. Chill, we'll fly right through.
Oh, did it kill you? That would be a...
In Finale 3, normally you have to activate some bombs, but instead we'll just fly up to a portable surface.
YouTube, cryogenic refrigeration wing. Then 10 years in the
Hit the door there. Would have loved to carry my momentum through, but that's okay.
Okay, I'll take that as a no then.
This wall is meant to break, so we can just walk right through it. It has no hitbox again. And we'll jump off the little floor here. And now after flying through, absolutely destroying the past 3 levels, we're going to get rid of it here by touching the funnel, it being the fly glitch. And now we only have 1 more level in the run. But it's quite a long run, so quite a long one, I should say, not run. So you know. It's the Wheatley boss fight. And Wheatley is going to talk for about a minute and a half before we actually start. So I get to personally adjust the audience as I sit over this pipe here. If you can't tell, like Portal 2 is my favorite game of all time. It's what I've spent the most time speedrunning. I'm very vocal about it, as you can see. So if you're interested in Portal 2, I recommend giving it a try speedrunning. Even if you're seeing all these crazy routes and you're like, this is too much, Portal 2 actually has like individual level speedruns built into it. It's a great way to get started. In addition, if you're like kind of on the fence or you're not sure and you want to consume more Portal 2 stuff, twitch.tv/Msushi. I don't stream as often as I should nowadays, but more specifically, youtube.com/Msushi. Huge catalog of all the cool Portal 2 stuff you'd ever want to find out about, and hopefully more in the future. Pretty cool. Anyways, we still have the game to finish, so we'll get on that. This is the Wheatley boss fight. Like any good boss, we have to do 3 hits to him. To do damage to him, we have to hit him with a bomb, which stuns him, and then we need to get a corrupted core and attach them to him. The goal with the corrupted cores is that if we attach enough corrupted cores to Wheatley, the actual laboratory's self-regulating AI is going to think he's corrupt and needs to be replaced. So then we can replace him with GLaDOS. That's the gist. GLaDOS gives us these corrupted cores. We're also doing something crazy called bomb juggling here. Wheatley fires off 3 bombs at a single rally. So we're going to conserve these bombs through our portals. So right when he wakes up, we're able to nail him with a bomb, which saves the time spent, normally waiting for him to shoot bombs again. Saves a good amount of time. Of course, I know where all these cores are going to spawn in, so it makes it quite easy to get to them before they're even in. Like the next one's going to spawn on that railing over there. We just got to get ready to hit Wheatley with a bomb right in his back after he wakes up. And get the last core. This one should do it indeed. As the wall breaks down, grab the core, attach it, boom. And that is the Wheatley boss fight. Time will be in about 45 seconds. There's one more glitch trick called the early moonshot. Normally for the end of the game, to truly beat Wheatley, you have to shoot the moon and he gets sucked into space. Normally, we have to hit the button in the same associate room. We get blown back because Wheatley trapped it with bombs. But there's actually a 0.1 second window between when we get blown away from the bombs and when we can shoot the moon. So we're going to aim for approximately where the moon is in the sky, which is about here. And we're just going to spam portal shots, and the timing should work out all right. We shoot the moon as we get blown away. Ends up really bugging out the ending sequence too. Hopefully I get on the first try. And when you hear the little whoosh or ding, that will be time. That's time. Beautiful. Normally, like, we get knocked back to our senses and the game gives us the portal gun to shoot the moon. But because we already shot the moon, the cutscene doesn't know what to do. So we get this. Oh, I don't know what that means, by the way, but, probably listen to that one. But now we're holding wheelie with both our hands, and we're also have the portal gun up with like our third our third limb, maybe with our feet. We're like, I don't know what's happening here, but yeah, this cutscene's bugged as a result of that. But wheelie gets sucked into space, we get pulled back in, and that's Portal 2. Quite cool.
Incredible run, dude. But yeah, if, since this is your favorite game, we'll give you a little bit more time for this. If people want to learn this run, what's the best place for them to go? If they want to start.
Oh, thank God, you're all right.
Yeah, so I believe we have a website in progress, like portal2.sr/wiki. I think I could, or maybe wiki.portal2.sr. It's kind of still a work in progress, but there's a lot of cool stuff there. The Portal 2 speedrunning Discord would definitely be the best place, which you can find attached to the speedrun.com page. Speedrun communities are really bad at having a lot of websites. I guess they're really small things, but you got to go to speedrun.com. You got to click the Discord. You got to go to the Discord. You got to find the right channel. There's a lot to it, but a lot of cool people in the community who will absolutely help you if you're interested in learning the run. It's a little intimidating at first, as most speedruns are. If you just watch a former world record holder destroy the game in a little over an hour, it's a little intimidating, but it's very digestible and a lot of fun. I'm a little biased, of course, but yeah, really fun time. I recommend it. And you know what the crazy thing is? I feel like I'm all speedrunning out for the day. But Amy, I think there's one more thing we can do with the time left in our run in the show today.
Absolutely, and thank you so much for offering. We're going to go to a quick break, and we'll be right back with a little Half-Life 2 showcase. We don't have time to show off the full game, but Sushi's going to take us through some of the hits, some of the bangers of the run. So everybody stay tuned, and we'll be right back. All right. Welcome back, everyone. We've got our final run of the night here. Like I said, we don't have time to run through the full Half-Life 2 game, but Msushi, the professional, the consummate, the Valve expert, is going to show us a couple of really cool sections from the game. So just a quick little showcase to kind of whet the appetite. So take it away.
Yeah, just to preface, normally, like, especially like the pitch for this whole run too, this whole show was running Half-Life, Half-Life 2, Portal, Portal 2, all back to back to back. We have a time limit of 3 hours for a GDQ show, and that ends up being really, really tight. I technically could do it, but when you factor in all the breaks and everything, it ends up being really tough. So as a result, Half-Life 2 got the boot because it ends up being the game I end up speedrunning the least. But nonetheless, it's still a super cool run, and I'm going to give you like a great primer here. I'm going to show you like the 2 most intense sections of the run. Very cool. Before I go into it, you're not going to watch a full Half-Life 2 speedrun. Please do. This game's awesome. And if you're interested in watching everything again, including a Half-Life 2 speedrun, I have a video on my YouTube channel where I actually do this full run of Half-Life, Half-Life 2, Portal, Portal 2. And I do it all under 3 hours. I believe that video is called Speedrunning.
It's the entire Valve
games. Speedrunning all the Valve games in under 3 hours back to back, or speedrunning all the Half-Life and Portal games back to back, something like that. If you have 3 hours, you probably don't. Maybe you are, because you're gonna, like, after all these GDQ shows over, you're gonna be like, man, I want to watch more speedruns, and that's where it is. But yeah, I'm gonna show you 2 sections here, which are like the coolest sections in the speedrun by far, which is going to be the water hazard or the boatless section of the run, and Highway 17 or Coast. Half-Life 2 has the same, this is the wrong map. Half-Life 2 has the same movement system as Portal, which is accelerated backwards hopping. However, in Portal, we're confined to these test chambers. These walls are super rigid. Half-Life 2, it's not quite an open world game, but we're in quite a large environment. And this is where you really get to see the exponential nature of ABHing take off. So I guess all things said, this is going to be about 20-25 minutes of gameplay, and we're going to start in 3, 2, 1, go. Awesome. We're going to start off just at this point in canals. We're thrown right into the thick of the game here. I won't bother trying to explain the story, just because I truly do believe Half-Life 2 is one of those games where if for some reason you don't know the story, or just don't even remember the story, it's worth playing again. This game holds up. Such a good game. But yeah, you'll see here, this section of the game is called Water Hazard, because we're going to be going to this part with all this dirty water that will kill us. And already you're going to see a cool glitch called wall climbing. We won't do this that much here, but you can just jump off an object a ton. So fun fact for all the boat fans out there, the airboat fans, here is the airboat in Half-Life 2. You can use it to ride on the acid and it won't damage you. However, this is slow, so we skipped the boat in its entirety. That's why this section of the game in the speedrun is called Boatless. So yes, that is the airboat from the critically acclaimed speedrun Portal Airboat %. But unfortunately, you don't even use it in the Half-Life 2 speedrun. It does make some health routing a little concerning because we're going to be in this dirty water a lot and we can die. Unlike Portal 2 and the ending of Half-Life 1, we're not invincible, so it's stuff to be worried about, but you know, we'll just man it up and go through these canals. Here's Water Hazard, the chapter. And while we may not be fully invincible, there is like the most broken glitch, you know, I will say ever. That's definitely like a not good statement to make. There are a lot of broken things out there, but in terms of for speedrunning, this is definitely the funniest. We're gonna do a glitch here called Yes Clip. The first thing we're going to do is we're actually going to spawn the boat back in. And we do that with a trick called save deleting. It loads like a random pre-made save. I have to turn on this console command. I need to place this boat in a very particular place. Now this glitch is called Yes Clip because we're basically going to get in a no clip state, but we're going to do it without cheating. And to do that, we're going to get in this boat. I place the boat perfectly over a change level trigger. And what we're going to do here is do a precise setup. And we want to dismount from the boat at the same frame we leave. At the same frame we enter the level trigger, which I did here. I for all intents and purposes, I can no clip right now. I can walk around freely. This is it. Like this is Half-Life 2. And we're going to use it, fly to level here, get this stuff. I'll break these, why not? And we are going to get out of it quickly, though, here by hitting a barnacle. Will bring us back to our senses. I think you can't beat the entire game just no-clipping. There are some story elements that, like, you have to go through. But now we'll go back to our movement. But as a side effect of that glitch, the Yes Clip glitch, what happens is one of our hitboxes gets deleted. This sounds like a ton of jargon, but what it effectively means is that we can do a glitch called quick clipping. I'll show it off here in like 5 minutes or so. It ends up being one of the more broken glitches in the speedrun, but for right now, we're just kind of balling here. I want to get just the right amount of speed here for this next section because you'll see what little skip we're doing here. Oh, let me back up a little bit so I can build speed properly. So you see, once we enter the water there, that gate closes. Normally, we have to go into a little complex to open the gate again, but if we're fast enough, we can just beat the gate closing. I'm going to carry this speed, ramp over that little slope there, and carry it all into this tunnel. It has dirty water, but we're so fast that we're just sloping on the sides. Now, this level, this is the hardest in terms of health. Because we're going really fast here. I'm going to have to reload something here. Or maybe this will work. We're gonna go down this massive tube here. This tube is just a massive passageway of dirty water. I'm gonna have to reload a save here. Yeah, let's go back a save. So we need like a ton of speed to get through it without dying, because we're basically gonna bob in that water. And it does reduce your HP, so... yeah, so I'm kind of being a perfectionist here in terms of getting perfect AFHs. AFHs are the forward variant of ABHing, where instead of going backwards, you hold S, so the game thinks you're going forward. So it gives you forward speed when you hit the speed cap. That was perfect, though. As you see, we're taking a lot of damage, but we still have more than enough, 62 health. Yeah.
it's so astonishing to me that like you can just make this look like yeah you retried the speed a little bit, but like after that it just looks so effortless. Like
Yeah.
I feel like that's something that's like majorly unappreciated in speedruns. Is like people see, you know, the one time they get the trick right and not the 1,000 times the speedrunner got the trick wrong. So just the learning that goes along with this is so wild.
I'm gonna get a lot of speed. I'm gonna do the same thing where I don't want to take a lot of damage on this dirty water here, so this box is kind of getting in my way. There we go. I'm gonna sit across. There's a helicopter. Also, history kind of repeats itself because similar to in Portal 2, we can't take damage. As a result of the yes clip glitch and one of our hitboxes getting deleted, we don't take bullet damage anymore. So there's an asterisk on that. We still take fall damage and explosive damage, but bullet damage is a-okay. We can eat all the bullets up in the world we want. So that makes it convenient. Just doing a lot of movement here. Ooh, trudging through the water. We're gonna slope. Ooh, we're not gonna slope off because I messed up my movement. I'm gonna slope off of this red crate and put us high in the air over the skybox here. We'll stop our fall with this crane, then we'll build up more speed. Slope off this little grass here. Oh, hold on. A ton of speed. Transfer it over, slope off of here so we don't take fall damage. And carry our speed over into this pipe. Similar if you watch the Half-Life 1 run, a lot of our goals throughout this speedrun is doing crazy stuff and not taking fall damage for it. Anyways, I mentioned the quick clip glitch earlier. Oh, here's that. If you just jump out a wall while running into a prop, you can just phase through the wall. It's a little finicky, but it makes sections like this where normally these guards or these citizens will not let us through here unless we have the airboat, which we don't have because we skipped it. But we can just glitch right through the wall and win, as the kids say. Okay. Now that we're through that little checkpoint, we'll continue ABHing here. Oh. We're gonna get approached by that helicopter again here, who is like kind of like the main villain of this chapter. I need to stand up. We're gonna skip him quite quickly. Oh, I'm trying to get a lot of speed there and bounce off of a rock to just go absolutely flying. Might take a couple of tries. Not quite what we want. Oh, this is okay. We're kind of above the map here. Take some fall damage, that's okay. Some epic music is playing, which I'm going to interrupt a couple of times as I try to get just the right amount of speed. I'm trying to carry all our momentum into like a tube over at the end of the level. This should be better. I had invisible wall. There we go. And now we just swim through all this. And we're only left with small bruises, which is nice. Very long loading screen. Oh, we're going to say hi to this tank. We actually clipped through the tank there. I don't know if you saw that. We had so much speed, we came up to the tank. And because we have that yes clip state, we just clipped through it. I don't think I've done that before. But funny. I'm gonna follow the water. Normally, like, you have the helicopter dropping bombs, I think, here, but we're not on the airboat and we're so fast. Oh. I would love to have a lot of speed through this tunnel, but that's okay. Shoot the barrel so that guy explodes. He usually drops health if I'm low, so that's just a nice thing to have. But I'm pretty healthy here, so we're fine. We're almost at the end of the water hazard chapter here. Coming up on this next map is where like the big helicopter fight would be, where like normally, like, you've seen this helicopter multiple times throughout the chapter, and it's all leading up to this, where you shoot them down with the airboats. But we can just skip it quite easily, which you'll see here. Another long loading screen. The loading screens in this game are quite tough, especially if I just started up the game for the first time, since obviously I was speedrunning other games. But here we go. We're just gonna get a ton of speed, slope off of the wall here, go over this thing. This will eventually load in, and here's the water. And now we're into Black Mesa East, so this is the end of Water Hazard. I'll just show you so you can take my word for it, because once we get into this loading screen, this is where you meet up with Eli and Alex and Mossman, and it's like a 10-minute cutscene. Great middle point for the speed run, but no, I only have so much time to showcase this game. That's where you get in here. I will load up the next section.
You've got something.
Canonically, we're skipping this cutscene, and then we're also skipping Ravenholm, a very notorious section of the game. But trust me, this section is cooler. We're gonna go into Coast here. This is a section of the game that's just so wide open. You're supposed to use this car.
Hello, Dr. Freeman.
And we'll say
Car's all
goodbye.
ready for you.
This is what happens when you play Half-Life 2 as a speedrunner. Get all the way to the ending here. Took much more damage than I would have liked, but it's okay for right now. I'll just have to get some backup health later. This loading screen, we're going to want to keep our speed, so I'm like spamming my scroll wheel right now. Oh, yeah. We don't want to take fall damage there. We want to, actually, I'll go back, get some backup health now. 69 HP. Oh, not quite. We want enough speed that we go into the water there. Let me try going on the right side of the wall. Beautiful. And now we have all the speed. We'll swim through this water. Normally this water, as you see, this water damages you because... Oh, did I? Okay, I did save. This water damages you because you're not meant to just swim to the end of the level, but obviously we have so much speed that you can just do that and the damage is negligible. I'm just trying to jump off of this rock. Oh my god, I jumped off a slope before it. There you go, get a lot of speed. You'd think I would die here, but I can just kind of calm down in this corner here. I would like to take less fall damage than that. That's fine. Now this level, there are some antlions that pop up in the ground, but we don't even get to see them. Slope. Oh, how am I going to get myself out of this one? I gotta try to like slope off of the wall here to reduce my speed. Worked out fine. And more speed here. Here's a cool map if I get it in the first couple of tries. There we go. Play up right to the end. Bounce. Oh, I want to bounce off of this. It's fine. I'll just walk. You can kind of bounce off of that little green slope there, but okay. You can see I'm so far in that like the level hasn't even loaded yet. Quite funny. And we just continue this process of like getting a ton of speed, hitting random slopes, and just flying through the level here. Gosh, I don't remember these loading screens being so long. These are big maps, though. Okay. And like I said, this guy, he can't hurt us. Bullets don't hurt us. Oh, so I'm trying to slope off of this. I lost a bit of speed there, so we'll try it again. Ah! Third try is the charm. No, it wasn't. Like, we're trying to get so much speed, you start seeing the sky. Beautiful. This is what I mean. Although I might have too much height. Yeah, I'm falling short of that that little ledge there, which is where we want to land. We'll try it again. Oh, I hit my head on the bottom of the bridge. And this is how this game is sometimes. You're doing these like crazy flings and sometimes you struggle. This should be fine actually. Beautiful. And no fall damage. I do have to work my way up here though. Fine. which is we've gotten so used to watching Portal that like you might think taking no fall damage is normal, but fall damage is a part of this game. You might not know that if you watch a speedrun, but okay, here's the second part of Coast. This is Sand Traps, I believe. I think this is where the chapter, yeah. I speedrun this game. That's because all the speedrunners, we just call this section Coast, because that's what the map file is named, but they are different chapters. Okay, we have a ton of speed here, so we gotta slow down a little bit. And ooh, I gotta not die. I did not die. Awesome. I'm gonna a lot of speed. Hit this edge here. Not quite what we wanted. Wanted a bit more vertical speed. This might be barely short. Yeah, we want to land over there, which it's quite the leap. This should be good. And no fall damage, of course. Why would we ever take fall damage? Oh, took my hands off the keyboard there. I thought the level trigger was earlier. In this level, if you play it casually, you gotta like defend the lighthouse. Personally, they can do that on their own. I have places to be. I'm just gonna ABH over into the mountains here and take the side route to the exit. Oh, not quite. I need a bit more speed. There we go. And now we would take fall damage, but we kind of break our fall by sliding against the wall here. 18 health is more than 0, so we are A-okay. We'll hit the level load trigger. And now we're schmoving. Oh, 3. Okay, 0 HP. That is less than 1, so we are gonna have to reload a save. I think I can get health here. There we go. And we just killed Laszlo. Or I forget, is Laszlo the name of the NPC who talks, or his friend who's injured? I don't remember. Regardless, in this section of the game, if you step on the sand, antlions spawn. We don't really need to worry. Trust me.
This is also not a game I've played, so I cannot help you with the lore here.
Alright. Get some more health here, and then we're gonna scale this mountain. There's a really weird, like, invisible wall here that we're gonna walk on. Right here. Oh! I fell through it. That happens. This happens all the time. We can jump on in this section of the wall, climb it, and now we're like on top of the level. We're gonna have to walk on the edge here until we get the actual ground. And normally this is like a resistance camp where like you help them for a little bit at the cost of them letting you through. But we just traverse this entire level from the little top here, and then we just fall back in at the end. Which again, if you've been listening to the speedrun at all, we're going to take this fall, and we're not going to take fall damage, because I don't care. That's the exact proper reason why. Okay. And we're almost done here. Just 2 more levels. This level is pretty cool when done right. Oh, so we're getting closer to the prison, which is where our final destination is here. We're going to gain a ton of speed here. I'm going to jump over that little stick. Hopefully fling up. Not quite enough speed, so we'll have to try again. Oh, can I make this work? I don't think so. I want to slope off of this green area right here. And this, I'm going to retry for this until I get it, because this is like one of my favorite strats in the game. No, I want to fit in one more jump before I hit the water there. Oh, I hit the ground. I just didn't jump. Whoopsie. There we go. Now, boom. And then we hit this thing, and then we get right up here into this pipe. and there's a zombie here. We'll let him out of the way. Continue on. If you do that correctly, perfectly, I should say, hitting that little rock spire actually puts you perfectly into the pipe, and it looks so cool when you do it right. Oh, I'm stuck. Okay, I'm no longer stuck. This is just the last map. This is like the precursor. We're kind of breaking into prison right now. Oh. And normally there's a helicopter fight you have to do. We're going to use quick clipping to just go through the wall. Put this here. Hopefully I don't shoot that. Or this. And you just got to get through this wall here. Perfect. And it'll be time on this next loading screen, because this is a new section of the game, so we will call it here. Time. There you go. And as you'll see here, this is the start of Nowhere Prospect. This is the prison section of the game. If you are interested in that at all, I highly, highly, highly recommend checking out a Half-Life 2 speedrun. It is so cool. Just watching all the fast-paced movement, and especially like, while I would recommend watching my Half-Life 2 speedrun that you can see as part of my video on my YouTube channel titled Beating the Half-Life and Portal games back to back. Watching a better Half-Life, the world record Half-Life 2 speedrun is crazy. All the slick, absurd movement they do on the first try. A very satisfying game, always going fast, with the exception of like the 5-10 minute cutscenes whittled into the game. I highly recommend it. And yeah, that will be all for me this show. Amy will have a word before I'm off. But again, my name was Msushi. You can follow me at youtube.com/msushi, twitter.com/msushi_. Will probably be x.com/msushi_ when you're watching this VOD like a month from now. Although I hope it stays Twitter. Twitch.tuvalu.tv/msushi. You guys know how social media works. My name's Msushi. It was great. It was so good to put on this run. And that's all I have to say for this episode of AIMBOT. Amy, you want to take us off?
Absolutely. And hey, again, thank you for coming on. You know, it's always a treat to bring on people who are like multi-talented. Like, obviously a lot of speedrunners focus really heavily into one game, which like is great. They like focusing single-handedly into one game. Those people are ridiculous, but there's also a lot to be said for the people who can have a bunch of skill in a lot of games. And I think it's really interesting to see, you know, the overlap and the skill that can be demonstrated between the two of those. So I have two more channel announcements and then a personal announcement before we go. Like we've said throughout this, GDQ will be at PAX West this weekend, September 1st through the 4th. If you're interested in watching any of the live runs or want to try the Speedrun Gauntlet, head over to the Speedrun stage. The runs will not be broadcast. They're going to be recorded and then rebroadcast later. So it'll be normal HotFix content this weekend on the GDQ channel. And then coming up at TwitchCon, we have GDQX, which I'm on the games committee. I had a hand in making that, picking the games and making the list. I think it's going to be a pretty banger. We'll be releasing the schedule for that this weekend, but that's coming up October 20th to the 22nd on the Games Done Quick stage at TwitchCon. So if you want to see that live, go check it out there. Or if you want to catch it, we'll be streaming it as well to Games Done Quick. And go to gamesdonequick.com for more info. So the personal thing that I have to say is that it's not unfortunate. I've been leading up to it for a little bit, but the next episode of AIMBOT will be the final one. I've had a really good run of this. It's been 2 years. It'll be almost 2 years exactly to the day. And I really liked to get to showcase a speedrun genre that I like a lot and that really helped, kickstart my speedrunning career. I started with A Hat in Time, but then I quickly moved into like Borderlands 2, and that was the thing for so long. I became known as the Borderlands guy. And I got to show off so many things on this show that I had never seen before, and things that I, wasn't expecting. And I don't know, it meant a lot to me. And damn it, no, I don't want to cry. I really enjoy everybody, dropping by and come and see the show. There was always more I wanted to do, but there will be more coming. All the other shows on here are really good. There will be a show replacing me. I'm not going to announce it yet. That'll be next show. But the next show will be Borderlands 1 with ZZ Rules and Deceptics. We're bringing it full circle. I will have showed off every single Borderlands game through the AIMBOT show. So yeah, that's it. FPSs are really good. You should watch them. You should speedrun them. Third-person shooters are great. You should watch them. You should speedrun them. And, watch the rest of HotFix content. That's all for me. I will see you in 2 weeks, and then I'll be signing off for good. So stay tuned. We're going to a quick break, and we'll be back with Ecdysis' birthday special on Speed from the Crypt. See you all around.